quick recap on revision videos here. These are revision videos which will help you. They'll be your best friends, guys, when you want to revise. And no book can match up to this video speed, especially, and the amount of content we can cover in these videos. So watch them well and use these videos along with your handwritten notes to do a really, really nice revision, whichever month you are studying. This is the first chapter. This is called Introduction to DT. All right. Also called Basic Concepts, guys. First up, guys, Income Tax Act is of which year? 1961. Income tax rules are of which year? 1962. And if you're giving the exam on May 2026, September 2026, etc., then the Finance Act applicable to you is not of 2026, it is of 2025. Next, guys, there are many different kind of people who are taxed in India. The first one who's taxed in India is a individual. Individual has its own PAN, pays its own tax. Next is HUF, Hindu Undivided Family. Next is a partnership. Guys, a partnership firm LLP is technically different. Yes, but tax wise, they are the same. Next is companies, Indian companies, foreign companies. Next is AOP, DOI, Association of Body of Individual. Are they different? Yes. Association of person is me and Yeshas Academy doing crash courses across, guys. So we collaborate. That's called association of person. Is it intentional? Yes. Body of individual is basically one old neighbor dying. He gives his flat to the three other neighbors, guys, and automatically they earn some income, guys. That is called body of individual. Those two are very similar to which firm? Partnership firm. If you add the profit sharing ratio, guys, it becomes a partnership firm. And there are many trusts like Tirupati Trust, etc. If they earn money, guys, they may also be taxed as a artificial juridical person. Guys, while we discuss all of this in the exam, guys, only person who will be questioned is a individual. Guys, for your exam, there is a previous year and there is an assessment year. The year you earn income is called the previous year. Previous year for your exam is 25, 26 assessment year, 26, 27. Guys, you are assessed, guys, checking happens in the assessment year. It's like my name and surname, guys, they both refer to the same. Next, guys, there are different steps to calculate the tax, guys. First step to calculate your tax is to find out your legal status. All of us here individuals. In the exam, Mr. A also individual. Next, find out his residential status or her residential status. You can be a resident or you can be a non. Non-residents are happiest, you'll know in the next chapter, and residents are not very happy, you'll know again in the next chapter. Then, guys, you figure out the scope of income, those income which are taxable in India. Which are those incomes you need to figure out, and then put them into how many categories, guys? Five. The first category, if you have a job, you open that room. Guys. Second, income from house property. Third, profits and gains from business and profession. Fourth, capital gain. And fifth, guys, IFOS, guys, there is no sixth head of income. Any income that you earn in India or abroad, guys, has to be in one of these five heads of income. There's a golden rule here. There are some golden rules of tax which are only and only for your and our purpose. Guys, first is if there is income, there will be tax. So if in India you earn some income, guys, there will be tax. Second, we believe in give and take. If we give income to the government, guys, they give us return deduction. So this is a give and take relationship. And the best way to understand tax, which I know, is think like the government. In each of the five heads of income, guys, you will have income deduction and then it will go back and it will go into clubbing. Guys, if it's your dog and you give it to someone else, will the dog come back to you? Yes. Same way, if it's your income and you pass it to someone else, it will come back to you. This is called clubbing of income. Next, can you have losses? Yes, sometimes you might have a loss, guys. That loss can be set off. And if it cannot be set off, it can be carried forward. What is carried forward? Carried forward is a very simple example. Someone today on Sunday morning, guys, gets a nice cake to your house. You can't finish the cake. What do you do with that? Keep it in the fridge and take it to next day. Next to next day. Same way, carry forward also works in the same manner, guys. And then we come to a very useless number called gross total income. Useless because there's nothing to do with the number. Next is deduction under chapter. Why 6A? Because already how many deductions have we got? Five. So this is the sixth time we're getting deductions, guys. These are like your medical insurance premium, etc. And then we come to the number, which is the hero number, which is called total income. Because every time you need to pay tax, you have to look at total income. Guys, the 31st March just went over. Just went. My due date for filing is October, guys. I file my return in October. I will also look at which number? Total income. I already done the calculation and then pay the tax on total income. I pay the tax in parts, guys. First is advance tax. Second is TDS, TCS. Third is self-assessment tax, and that's how I pay my tax. Just like you might pay Yeshas Academy some booking amount, then later first installment, then second installment. And all this story, guys, who needs to know? Government. So you have to file every year a return of income. Dear Nirmala Sitaraman, this happened in the year. This is my income, my tax. Thank you so much. See you. Perfect, guys. Buying a house, I think, is everyone's dream in India. Everyone, when we start making money, the first thing you do is to try and buy a house. Can you buy a house with your own money? Yes. If you don't have enough, you can always take a bank loan. And then you buy a nice apartment or a beautiful villa or a bungalow, depending on what is your capacity and which part of India you are. And the government says, listen, if from this house property you make some income, then we'll want to tax you, because if there is income, there will be tax. And then that comes to the chapter called income from house property. There is a section for income from house property, section 22, which they say is the charging section. What do you mean by charging? Is basically if you have income, it will be charged to tax. And how to compute it is given under section 23. In that, there are typically five kinds of house properties, guys. The first one is let out property, which is rented out. One is SOP, where you or your family are staying. One is LOP plus SOP, which is the same house. The full house for a few months is let out, for a few months is self-occupied. One is called DLOP. After two SOPs in India, the next SOPs in your name cannot be SOPs, they will be DLOPs. And one is people like builders, like Prestige Builders, when they have stock. Let's talk about LOP first, guys. LOP, are you renting it out? Yes. They will always compare your actual rent with your expected rent and take whichever is. Okay. Always start with 12 months, guys. But what is expected rent? It is a municipal value or fair rent, whichever is higher, subject to the maximum limit of. So standard rent is like an MRP beyond which you cannot go. Yes. And actual rent, let's come back to actual rent. You start off with how many months? 12 months. But don't worry, if that person does not pay you some money, that's called unrealized rent. Can you minus it? Yes. If you don't make money, guys, the government doesn't want tax. So you can minus unrealized rent. Unrealized rent is like a bad debt. You can minus it if you fulfill how many conditions for legally vacate our building. Take legal action. Ask him to vacate. No other property should be given to him right now. And guys, it should be a bona fide agree. Even if one of the things is not there, sorry, you cannot minus unrealized rent. After minusing unrealized rent, guys, if you ring the door of a ring the bell of a door, guys, and no one opens, no LOP, no SOP, then that is called vacancy loss. Can that also be minused? Yes. If your AR is more than your ER. So I'm taking some numbers, guys. Your AR is 1 lakh 80. Your ER is 1 lakh 70, guys. Can you minus vacancy loss? And after I minus vacancy loss, guys, what is the number? 1 lakh 60. Can I have to ignore ER after that? Yes. So you always take AR, whichever is higher. But once you minus vacancy loss, then you only take what, guys? AR. All this leads to my income called gross annual value, which is the value of the property rental value. Then, guys, the government says, thank you so much because you're offering income to the government. The government gives you how many deductions, guys? Three. Only three deductions. The first one is principal tax, but only if you pay. The second one is standard. Everyone gets it, guys. How much percent? The section is 24A, shortcut is all. And guys, after that, if you've taken a loan from a bank, from a friend, no problem. Paid or payable doesn't matter. Will you get a deduction? Section 24B. But not interest on interest, only the interest part. Can I take two loans also on my house? No problem, guys. And can I switch from one loan to the other? You will get all the interest, no problem at all, guys. This is your LOP. Final answer will be your income from house property. If you stay in that house, guys, then guys, that house will be called SOP. In SOP, you don't offer any income to the government, so the government doesn't give you any deduction except one, which is interest. That interest you can minus, but only up to 2 lakh or 30,000, depending on some condition. If the loan is mainly for acquisition or construction, then how much? 2 lakh. If it's for repairs, renovation, then we will give you deduction, but only 30,000. But sir, what if I have two SOPs? Will I get 2 lakh plus 2 lakh? No, no, no. This 2 lakh is per person. Guys, one house I'm fulfilling all the conditions, 2 lakh. One house I'm not fulfilling the condition, 30,000. Then still I will get how much, guys? 2 lakh. Great, guys. Next. Guys, if some months it's LOP, example, 9 months someone is staying in the house, 3 months I stay in the house, then that condition is called LOP plus SOP. Then, guys, there is SOP. So, will I get municipal tax? Will I get unlimited interest? Yes, because the calculation is same as what, guys? LOP. So how many deductions will I get here, guys? Small pro tip, guys. You will always get it unless it is only a SOP. That's a pro tip. Yes. Next, DLOP. Guys, rich people have a problem, guys. They have multiple SOPs. The government says after how many SOPs? Two, which you can choose. The next one, guys, will be deemed let out property, which is the same calculation as what, guys? Here also you'll get how many deductions? Three. And to all the builders in India, the government has a simple message. The year your house is built, that is called year of OC or year of CC. I will wait for 1 year. After that, I'll wait for how many years? In that time, if you've not sold your apartments or you've not rented it out, then I'll assume it to be what, guys? And this will be considered as DLOP from the third year onwards. Are we okay with this? All right. This is section 23. We've also discussed section 24, that is the deductions. Now, guys, if someone gives you arrears of rent back 25A, guys, will it be taxed? Yes, in whichever year you receive it. But, guys, congratulations, you'll still get a 30% standard deduction. Guys, there's no ideal age to get married, but in house property, they tell you the ideal age to get married is section 26 because this is called co-ownership. You and your brother, you and your spouse, you and your parents can co-own a property. And if the co-owned property, guys, is LOP, last, then you'll calculate the income. In the last, you'll split it between the co-owners. And if it's a SOP, guys, you and your spouse co-own a property. Congratulations, both of you will get deduction of maximum 2 lakh. So 2 lakh plus 2 lakh, how many lakh, guys? And this can be increased also, guys. You can co-own the property, husband, wife, and one of the parents. How many people here? Three. So the more the co-owners, the more the deduction. Are we clear with this, guys? Yes. And there's a section called section 27 where I have income, but I don't want to pay tax. So I transfer my house to my spouse, guys. Remember, I transfer my house to whom, guys? The government says, listen, this love and affection we don't like. You can transfer your house to your spouse, but the income will come back because the dog always goes back to its owner. So if I transfer my house property to my spouse, guys, will the house property come back? No, guys, but the income will come back and will be taxed in my hands. Are we okay? Except AS, A for adequate consideration, and S for very sad, guys, separation. Yes, in separation, guys, nothing comes back and no one comes back. Yes, all right. And guys, if your same house is transferred to a minor child, guys, will the same theory apply? Yes, if you transfer your house property to a minor child, then guys, you can transfer the house, but the income will come back except AM, adequate consideration, or very, very illegal, minor, married daughter. In these two cases, it will not come back. This is called deemed ownership. Now, some additional points, guys. Sir, I'm not renting a house, I'm only renting a piece of land. Then that income will come under which head of income? IFOS. Sir, I'm subletting. I've taken the house from someone and I'm subletting. In that case, it will be income, but under which head of income? IFOS. Next, I have a house where ground floor I'm staying, first floor I've rented it out, guys. If you divide the house, repeat, guys. If you divide the house, then you'll also have to divide the You'll have to do calculation. One is for SOP, one is for LO. Another pro tip, if in the exam, guys, you have to do two calculation, always start with SOP. That's a simple one, guys, 000. And yes, if I'm renting a house along with furniture, the house rent will go to IFHP, the furniture rent will go to IFOS. Are we okay with this, guys? Yes. And one more thing, guys, just like your CA Inter has how many groups? Two groups. Interest also has two parts. Hear me out well. Guys, they say that in the year your house is constructed, what is today's date? 18. If my house is constructed today, then this whole year, guys, 25, 26, will I get the deduction of the interest? Yes. You don't look at the date, you look at the year. Next year, I will also get how much deduction, guys? Full. Every year, I will get how much, guys? Full. But before this year, if my house was under construction, then will I get PCP also, guys? Yes. Let's draw a diagram. Which is the year of completion? So before this year, guys, this period is called pre-construction period. Of that interest, will I get a deduction? Yes, but not as a cake, as a pastry. Now, how many parts, guys? So divide by 5 and that you'll get the deduction. So, but then interest, when will you limit it to 2 lakh, guys? Always take the full interest. Repeat with me, guys. Always take the unless it is what, guys? SOP. And in SOP, you limit it to how much, guys? Either 2 lakh or 30,000. It is based on four conditions, guys. Certify, five accounts for 99. The loan should be for what? Acquisition or construction. That's the main condition, guys. Construction should be over in. You should take the loan after 1999. And this is, guys, certificate. All this is useless, guys. Main thing is acquisition or construction. If it's for that purpose, then how many lakh? 2 lakh. Exam question, there will be a Mr. A who has a house, is earning some income. Be wise and solve it well. After this video you watch, guys, read your handwritten notes nicely, slowly. Look at all the complexities. Then the more sums you do, the better the marks in the exam is. So we all want to get rich without working too hard. Yes. Same way in India, we have another philosophy. We all want to earn money without paying any tax. And if you earn these incomes, guys, you can literally get money without paying any tax. So what are these incomes called? They are called which incomes, guys? Exempt incomes. And they don't form part of any of the five heads of income, guys. They are outside the five heads of income and they are called exempt income. The section is with section 10. And there are different subsections. No, here they are called clauses. What are they called, guys? So why clauses? Because they're all different from each other, and that's why it's called clause. Yes. Let's take the first one, guys. The first one is section 10.1, which is which income? Agriculture. Guys, there are two kinds of land. First land is called rural agriculture land. In the rural area, if you have an agriculture land, if you cultivate and sell tomatoes, exempt. If you rent it for which purpose? Agricultural purpose, also exempt. If you have a farm building, even that is exempt. And even if you grow flowers, creepers, seedlings, saplings, even bamboo, all of that is exempt because it's rural agriculture land. And tomorrow, guys, even if you decide to sell this rural agriculture land, even that is not taxable. Next, guys, there is something called urban agriculture. Here also the same exemptions apply, but two things change, which is called SB. If you sell this land, guys, is it more valuable now? Yes. So this will be taxable. And from that farm building, if you have any income, guys, then it will also be taxable. Next, what is urban area, guys? How far do I have to travel from Bangalore till it's urban, guys? So they say if it's a big city, then you travel up to how many kilometers? Eight. Even up to 8 kilometers, it is urban. So all these lands are very valuable. Next, guys, up to how many kilometers? Six. Next, up to two, and next zero. This is urban area. Anything beyond that is what? Rural. And rural we're not concerned with. We are mainly concerned with urban. Next. You can do only agriculture, no problem. But if you do these unique businesses of what, guys? Tea, or what, guys? Coffee, or what, guys? Rubber. Or if you do a business where you're growing tomatoes and you're making ketchup, you're growing grapes and you're making wine, potatoes to chips, sugarcane to sugar, then also, guys, the government says these all businesses are called composite income. Which income, guys? They say some part of it will be PGBP, some part will be agriculture. How much PGBP, guys? In tea business, 40%. Then automatically 60 is agriculture. Don't remember both, only remember one number, that is 40%. For rubber, it is if it's coffee is grown, cured, roasted, flavored, etc. If it's only grown and cured, then it is only how much percent? 25%. Guys, rubber percentages and all these percentages are of the profit. So you have to calculate the profit and then split the profit. And last, guys, if you're transferring your potatoes to your chips factory, then the transfer should happen maximum at if market value is 10 lakh, can I sell it at 10 lakh? Yes. 8 lakh? Yes. But if I transfer it at 20 lakh to artificially increase agriculture income, they don't like it. This is called Rule 7. This is called Rule 7A. Coffee is 7B and Rule A. Excellent, guys. Yes. And guys, if you only earn agriculture income in India, no problem. But if you earn agriculture income and taxable income, then you might be scammed in India. This is called scam of partial integration. Of course, they call it scheme of partial integration. And this only applies to whom, guys? Individual or HUF. And it only applies if you have agriculture income also and taxable income. Agriculture income more than and taxable income more than your basic exemption limit, which can be 2.5 lakh, which can also be 3 lakh, sometimes can also be 5 lakh. But then how does this scheme work? It is three-step, guys. The first step is called short form. We take agriculture income, example 10 lakh. We take taxable income, example 6 lakh. And you calculate tax on how many lakh, right? 6 lakh, whatever the tax amount is. Let's call it example 2 lakh. Then step number two, guys, is what? Calm down. Where they ask you agriculture income is how many lakh? Basic exemption limit is how many lakh? So on 12.5 lakh, example, guys, just random numbers, 40,000 will not tax you. But finally, you'll have to pay tax on how much, guys? 1 lakh 60. This is only and only if you have agriculture income also and tax. In real life, people don't have both same incomes, guys. If I have agriculture income, then someone else in my family will have which income, guys? Tax it. But of course, that should not be planned because that's cheating the government. So technically, this is what is section 10.1. 10.2 says that if you get any income from your HUF, then HUF has already paid the tax, so you will be exempt. Next, 10.2A says same partnership firm, if you get profits, then who's paid the tax? So you will be exempt, guys. 10.4.2. If you have NRE account, guys, your savings account, my savings account, interest is taxable. But if you put NRE account interest, guys, that is exempt because the people are putting which currency, guys? Forex. Next, six people came from France and they are working in India in the French embassy, and we have a rule called they tax their people, so we'll have to exempt it. Yes, next 10.7. Guys, can we also have some people working abroad for government of India? So will we tax their salary? Yes, we tax our people, but their allowances will be next if there is a big calamity. 1010 BC. And if you get some money from government, etc., example, a cloud burst in Jammu and Kashmir recently, then that amount will be completely exempt. Next, 1011A. If you have a Sukanya Samriddhi account, lucky you, because whenever you withdraw the money, the entire amount will be exempt. Next, very important, guys, 1010D. Did you take a life insurance? Yes. Are you paying premium? Yes. Let's say example, guys, if your policy is for 50 lakh and the premium should be maximum 10%, that is 5 lakh. Guys, this is called low premium. What is it called, guys? If the money that you get is on account of death, then it is always. If all the premiums are low, then it is. But even if one of the premium is high, then the amount that you receive back will be taxable. Are we okay with this, guys? An exemption will be under a section called 1010T. Well, this is 10% right now. If the policy was taken before 2012, that used to be 20. And for disabled person, guys, 20 has become 15 in 2013. But the main amount is 10%. Next. If you open a bank account, or sorry, a savings account with the post office 1015, then 3,500 will be exempt. And if it's a joint account, that's 7. Excellent, guys. If you get scholarship at the age of 16, it is exempt. MPs, MLAs, their allowances are also exempt. If you get any awards like Padma Bhushan, etc., that award money will be exempt. And guys, if you're a gallantry award winner, then your pension, which is generally taxable, will also be exempt. Next, guys, if you work in the armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, and not just work there, but if you lose your life or you become disabled and then your family or you get pension, that is also exempt. If you're not in Bangalore, but even better weather, guys, Sikkim, 1026 above, then all your income within Sikkim and dividend and interest income across India will also be exempt. And next, guys, 1032 dividend used to be earlier exempt. Now, guys, it's very simple. Buy shares, earn dividend, pay tax. Buyback also has been removed. Now it's also taxable. But if you have an urban agriculture land, which land? Very valuable, guys, a land in Bangalore. And if it's compulsorily acquired, guys, then the government says we will not tax you. It is exempt under section, but prove two conditions. You should be individual or HUF, and you should be using it for which purpose? In the last 2 years. And guys, at 43 years, when you want to just relax at home, I say a section called 1043, where there is a reverse mortgage scheme. Under this, the bank pays you money every month, but that is not your income. You need to repay it back, guys. That's why it is completely exempt. And the next one, guys, the next one is not an exemption, it is a deduction. If you go to a SEZ, special economic zone, and if you manufacture or do services from there, but you do export, the government is very happy and they give you a deduction under 10AA, and that's why I'll call awesome area. How does the deduction work? They calculate a number called SEZPE, P for E for export percentage. Example, your profit is, let's say, 30 lakh. Your export percentage is 80%. Then how much is it? 24 lakh. Then although your profit is 30 lakh, you won't have to pay tax on how many lakh, guys. So this is a deduction under which section? 10A, and it is given for the first how many years? Full amount? Yes, full amount. Next 5 years, whatever you get the amount, half. And in the last 5 years, guys, you will get 50%, but subject to a condition. What is that condition? That amount has to be put in a reinvestment reserve account. It's like a piggy bank. You keep it separate, and you have to, once money is put in that account, you have to use it to buy new plant and machinery. Guys, what if you buy a Rolls Royce with that money? Taxable. What if you pay dividend with that money? Taxable. It has to be only be used to buy new plant and machinery in the next how many years, guys? 3 years. Remember, while you're exporting, the government says we will believe that you're exporting only if you get the export money within how many months from the end of the year. That is by which date, guys? 30th September. So if I've exported worth 80 crores, but I've got money till 30th September only 75, then they will consider only. And in my export, guys, if I add freight, insurance, or telecom charges, example, I'm exporting laptops, I'm exporting, and in that laptop, guys, if I'm adding some freight, insurance, telecom, that amount has to be deducted. So, example, my 80 crore has freight of 5 crore, then what will my turnover, guys? 75. Guys, this is your section 10A. While this section is right now, we've been discussing, the last year to take this section was previous year 2021, or actually previous year, which one? They extended because of COVID, guys. So this is the only last time. Then why are we still discussing it? Because anyone who started even in this year, guys, would the 15 years be going on right now? Yes. So in the exam, check the number of years. In the first 5 years, full. In the next 5 years, half. And in the next 5 years, half with the conversion. Guys, this is your exempt income. Of course, there are some more exemption which will come in different chapters. But this overall is your exempt income video. Watch this video, read your handwritten notes, and then while you do sums, you'll keep seeing agriculture income in India, etc., which is exempt. Yes. Everyone who has your own room, if you have your own room in your house, or if you stay in a PG, guys, you have that one chair where all the clothes get dumped. Yes. You go home, you change, you dump it on that chair, guys. Yes. Anything for laundry also. So that chair is like the dumping ground, guys, for our clothes. Same way, there is a head of income which is like the dumping ground for incomes, which income does not get taxed in the first four heads, which are salaries or house property or PGBP or capital gain, are dumped in the last head of income, which is called IFOS. So it some people also call it the residual head of income, but I call it the dustbin, guys. What do I call it? Dustbin. We are making a revision video on this chapter, which is not dustbin. We don't want to make it derogatory, but yes, it is the last head of income called IFOS. Guys, IFOS recap will be done in three parts. The first part is a very happy part, which we are getting what? Gifts. Then we will do the second part, which is dividend, and then we will do the general. But mind you, guys, they're not three different chapters. They're all taxed under IFOS only, but different categories, guys. The first is gifts. We all love getting how many gifts, guys? 10, because the section is 56 to 10. And gifts is always seen not from the giver's perspective, it's from the receiver's perspective. Let's talk about gifts, guys. The step number one says that yes, the government will tax your gifts, but only those gifts which are in the definition of. So, sir, what is the definition of property, guys? It's very happy that you know this SAT job very well, guys. MISB, SAT, and job. That means, guys, if it's money or immovable property or shares or bullion. Bullion basically means precious metal, gold coins, etc., or jewelry. Guys, drawing, archaeological collections, scriptures, art, or work of art. Also, guys, only these are in the definition of property. So, in the month of September, iPhone is launching a new 17 Pro Max, guys. If someone gives you that, will you hesitate? No, guys, take it. There is no tax. The new bike, no tax. The Royal Enfield bike that someone will give to you, guys, take it, no tax. Even a car, guys, there is no tax. But someone gives you jewelry, taxable. Someone gives you a security shares, taxable, land, taxable. And step number two says that listen, we want to tax you, but there are some situations where we will not tax you. Example, one of them is your marriage. When anyone gives you gifts on your marriage, guys, it is not taxable, no matter the value. And step number three says we don't want to tax small gifts. We all have some friends and some relatives, guys, who will give the worst gifts, guys. 100 rupees in an envelope. We want to give the envelope back also, guys. Yes, but out of respect, we don't give it. So the government says, listen, if your money gifts is more than how many thousand, 50, or the mobile property gift more than, or the immovable property gift more than how many thousand, so only if it crosses the threshold of 50 will you be taxed. So money 55,000, will it be taxed? How much will it be taxed, guys? Entire, think like the government, guys, entire amount will be taxed. So this is called MMI, money or movable property or immovable. Guys, this is gift taxation. Let's talk about the situations under which you'll not be taxed. Guys, situation step number. There is a shortcut called don't tax tip and COVID money received from LAHUF. Where will you find this, guys? In my quick book, you will find it, or in your handwritten notes, you will find it. And this is what it is. If someone gives you gifts on the occasion of your marriage, then there is no tax. If they are your relatives, then guys, doesn't matter marriage or any time if the relatives give you, like example, your mom gives you a gold chain, guys. The intention is not to make profit, so there is no tax. If you get any money on someone's death or inheritance, there is no tax. If you get money from a trust or a fund or a local authority, also there is no tax. If a Hindu undivided family on its partition, guys, gives members some money, there is no tax. On COVID hospitalization, whatever money your friends gave you, or on death, guys, up to 10 lakh from your employer, there is no limit, guys, no tax. And some specified person like slum dwellers, also there is no tax. This is a private trust. If you are a very rich person and you have your own private trust, that private trust, when you give any assets, will not be taxed. Not very important. Guys, these are situations in which there is no gift tax. While we're talking about relatives, guys, let's talk about relatives definition. There are two relatives definition in the entire Income Tax Act. First, Guys, relatives, the smallest definition of relative, which is everywhere, is called what? Clock. Yes, guys, relatives. If you are the person in the middle, guys, who is your clock? Your siblings, your spouse, your children and grandchildren, and your guys, parents and grandparents. This is your family definition. So, example, guys, your brother is your relative. Yes. Your parents are they your relative? Yes. This is a very simple definition. But, guys, for gift tax, only and only for which tax? The government has expanded the definition, which is great because now so many more relatives can give you gifts which will not be taxed. Let's see, guys, what is that definition? That is called 232. What is 232, guys? If you are in the middle, guys, two spouse. First, we'll start. This is your spouse. Next, how many brother and sisters? Three. Your brother is your relative, your sister, relative. Spouse's brother and sisters are also your relative, and your parents' brother and sisters are also your relative. Guys, what about spouse's parents, brother and sisters? No, no, no. Only how many brother and sisters? Three. Are we okay? So your brother, relative. Your sister's brother, your dad's brother, yes, only real relationships. Are we okay? And two is lineal ascendance. That means people above you. Who is above you? Parents. Who's above them? Grandparents, whoever is alive, guys. And why is it two? Because even your spouse's parents, even your spouse's grandparents are also your relatives. And that is legal ascendance. What is legal descendants? Your children, your grandchildren are also your relatives. Are we okay? Only be careful when it goes to grandparents, guys. Which kind of grandparents? Paternal. Guys, paternal means dada, dadi. When they give you gift, no tax. Nana, nani, tax. All right. Next, only real relations. And the second spouse is everyone you see here, they're better half. Example, guys, is my brother my relative? Yes. My brother's wife? Yes. Guys, is my dad's brother my relative? My dad's brother's wife? Yes. Are we okay with this, guys? Yes. All right. And guys, which children do you like? Only your children. So if it's your sister's children, guys, are they your relative, guys? No, they're not your relative from your tax perspective. This is a complicated definition of relative. Are we okay with this? Yes. We move ahead, guys. Sometimes we don't get a gift, but there is a IB concept. What is it? IB. Inadequate leads to a benefit. Example, guys, I buy jewelry of 10 lakh rupees only for how many lakh? 2 lakh. Guys, no one does that. No one gives 10 lakh jewelry only for how many lakh, guys? 2 lakh. So here it is an inadequate amount for which there is a benefit. What is the benefit? Guys, benefit up to how many thousand is okay? 50. If it's more than that, guys, then the entire income amount will be taxable in which head of income? IFOS. And the same thing, guys, if it's not jewelry but it's an immovable property, then guys, 1 crore immovable property for 20 lakh, guys, is it IB? Yes, what is the benefit? 80 lakh. How much benefit is okay? A, 50,000 or B, 10% of what you are paying. How much are you paying? 20 lakh, 10% of that is how much, guys? 2 lakh. So which is higher? Up to 2 lakh benefit is okay, but the benefit here is how many, guys? 80 lakhs. So will you be taxed? Yes, everyone. This part is complicated. Stop this video here, read your handwritten notes, see what is written here, and then move ahead. Guys, is it possible in life we have two stamp duty values? Yes, stamp duty value one on the date of agreement, example 1 crore. And stamp duty value on the date of registration, example 1.3 crore. Which one would you want to take? Whichever is lower, just like shopping. And this lower guys amount you can take, provided there is one condition. On that day or before that year, you should have paid some advance by modes other than CVC. That means don't pay this advance in cash. Don't do bearer check. Don't do. Then, sir, how do I pay someone, guys? Account pay check, RTGS, NEFT, Paytm karo, GPay karo, kuch bhi karo, but CVC mat karo. Are we okay with this, guys? Yes. That is a joke. This is the concept. People who are participating, good job. People who are not participating, this losing interest will continue, continue, continue till you get the result. Then again, you will feel interested. Yes, so be interested today only and revise it with me. Yes. We spent about 8 minutes on this chapter, but this is a big chapter, guys. The next one is dividend. Please tell me, is dividend taxable? Under which head of income? IFOs. Always. Whether a share broker, share dealer, student, doesn't matter, guys. It will always tax under IFOs. And guys, you get only one deduction from dividend, which is, guys, if you bought the shares on what? Loan, then on the interest maximum, 20% of the income you get a deduction. But guys, if the company has money, guys, who is this? They have what? Money, and they want to give it to whom? Shareholders, without calling it what? Dividend. The government says we'll call it dividend. Guys, if the company gives what? Assets, or B, the company gives bonds, or C, the company does closure, D, the company does decrease, E, the company gives a loan, and F, the company gives a buyback. In all these cases, money is going from the Come into the shareholder. This is called the dividend section is section 222 A, B, C, D, E, F. Let's talk about the two main parts, guys. E. In E, guys, there is a loan going, but from a closely held company, which is a private company, to a big shareholder only, guys. Big shareholder means someone who has 10% or more. It's a beneficial interest holder. And guys, in the exam, how will you remember this? If you want a loan, go to a bank. If you go to a closely held company and take a loan, that will be deemed. Are we okay? But guys, in what if I repay the loan? Still, what if I pay interest? Still. Only in three cases it will not be deemed dividend here, guys. BPL. If it's not a loan but a business advance, which you use for business purposes. Next, if it's a public company or if the company's main business is only lending, then there will be no deemed dividend. And F is the latest entrant whenever there is a buyback. Guys, you had a Swiggy share for how many rupees? 200. The company bought it back for how much? 325. What is your profit? What will be tax is different, guys. This 325 will go under which head of income? IFOS section 222F. And this 200 loss will go under capital loss. So ultimately, you will be taxed only on 135. All right. And last part, guys, we come to the general part. These general income, which will always go under IFOS. Example, guys, if you earn interest, where will it go? IFOS. If you earn dividend, where will it go? If you get gifts, where will it be taxed? IFOS. If you have casual income, guys, you won that lottery, guys. Who's with you? Government, and they want to get lucky on the full amount. Will you minus any deductions? No. Guys, if you get lucky, the government wants to get lucky on the full amount. If there is any forfeiture, guys, will it be taxable? Yes. Guys, that McDonald's, that veg burger, which turned out to be, yes, non-business contact will also be taxable under IFO. Guys, key man insurance. Is it a life insurance? But it is always taxable. That's why we have a shortcut called KT. In that, guys, if the company gets the money, PGBP, if you get the money, salary, if your family gets the money, guys, IFOS. Next, guys, there is a something called pension. But which pension? Family pension will also be taxed under IFOS. Idle capacity will also be taxed under IFOS. Composite rent, guys, remember house plus furniture. That furniture will also be taxed under. And very important, guys, if you have interest on compulsory acquisition, that will also be taxed under IFO. These are income, guys. You can always quote a section called Section 56. The government believes in give and take. If you're giving this income to the government gives you deduction under Section 57. They say these are the deductions, guys. Four deductions. First, on dividend income, you will get how much percent? 20% maximum interest, guys. Yes. Second, if you have interest on which acquisition, then will they tax you in the year of receipt? Yes. And you will get a standard deduction of. And guys, if your family gets pension, guys, who feels bad to tax it? Government. So they give you a deduction, but A or B, whichever is lower. Guys, always deduction, whichever is lower. One third of the amount which you're getting, or 15,000 per annum, whichever is lower. If you choose the new scheme, this becomes 25,000. And last, guys, the government says there are some expenses which the government doesn't like. So they say they will be disallowed. Section 58. The disallowances are called poor wins cash income. Let's recap, guys. Everyone, in your IFOS, are you paying income tax? Sorry, will not give you as a deduction. GST? Yes. Any tax? Yes, except income tax. Cash, if you're paying more than 10,000 per person per day, sorry, that amount will not be given as a deduction. And winnings, you will not get any deduction. If you're a personal expense, no deduction. And guys, remember, if you're paying outside India, but you don't deduct TDS, it's fully disallowed. And if you're paying to a resident in India without TDS, then 30% will be disallowed. This we'll see in PGPP. Be okay with this. This is your chapter called IFOS, guys. Remember, IFOS is a very important head of income and can get you in the exam about 5 6 marks or sometimes 4 5 marks. Yes. So stop this video here. Use your handwritten notes and then go over to the sums. Guys, this is a video, very important video on a chapter which is compulsory in the exam. Question number one. The chapter is called Deductions under chapter 6A. But sir, what is the name 6A? Because how many heads of income over 5? This is the sixth part, and that's why it's called 6A. Guys, the section is section 80A. A for what? Aggregate. The government said, listen, yeah, you take deductions, but your aggregate deductions cannot be more than your GTI. That is section which one, guys? 80A. Not very important, but the government also told you that if you have CC income, what is CC income? Casual income, guys, lottery, etc., or capital gain. But what kind of capital gain? Long term. And listed long term, short term both. Then on these incomes, you can't take any deductions. Are we okay? Next, guys, section 80D. Doctor. Guys, if you're taking a medical insurance premium, can you take it for yourself, spouse, children, or parents? Will you get a deduction? For yourself, spouse, children together, guys, maximum 25. But if any one of them is a senior citizen, 50. Guys, central government health scheme, yes. For parents also, you can take up to 25. But parents, if they are senior citizen and resident, then you can take up to 50. Guys, central government health scheme does not work for them. And in all these cases, any of these people who don't have which insurance and they are senior citizen, can I take medical expenditure also, but up to 25 and 50,000 only. Yes, guys, all these premiums have to be paid in cash. No, have to be paid in check. Paytm karo, kuch bhi karo, but CBC mat karo. But guys, the government said, listen, if you're paying for preventive health checkup, then up to how many thousand? 5,000 for all these four people together, guys. You will give a deduction, guys. It's a coupon which is for everyone, but only if the external limit is available. If my external limit 25,000, 24,000 is used, how much is available? Then can I take 1,800 preventive health checkup? No, only 1,000. And this can be paid even in, if you take for multiple years, I always divide it by plus one. Insurance policy for 3 years, 4 years, unless it's taken on 1st of April. Excellent. Section 80 D, disabled. Someone in your family is disabled and they are dependent on you, guys. Unfortunately, you'll get a standard deduction of, guys, per disabled person, and the disability is severe. How severe? 80% or more, then it is 1 lakh 25. Guys, here does the expenditure matter? No, because this deduction is a standard deduction. While this is available to both residents and non-resident, this is only available to, how do you remember? Because disability does not help the economy. Next, section 80D DB, double dangerous bimari, only applicable to whom? If there is a family member, guys, here the family is bigger, here the family is self, spouse, children, parents, and siblings also. If one of them has a severe specified disease, for that medical expense, can you take a deduction? Yes, up to how many thousand, guys? And this can be increased to, if not you, the person who is sick is a senior citizen and a resident. Remember, guys, whichever is lower, you take that number, and any amount coming from the insurance company or any amount coming from the master employer, can you minus it? Yes. All right. That's the D series. Next, E series, guys, I have heard there's something called pi. The entire E series, guys, is only for interest, only when it is payable. No, it has to be paid, and it is only for you and me, that is individual. The first section is section, the government says take a loan, but not to buy that iPhone, not to buy that car, to take what, guys? And on that, whenever you pay interest, will you get a deduction for how many years? 8 years from the year you start paying your EMI, guys, you will get deduction, and this can be even for self or spouse or children. But remember, the loan should be only from, in this entire chapter, the loan should be from approved source. If you take a loan from your uncle, you can, but you won't get deduction. Next, 80EE, easy. What did you buy? On what, guys? Loan in which year? 16, 17. Then besides your house property deduction, guys, in that chapter, you get 50,000 more year, subject to some condition. It should be a small house, etc. This is very old year, not important. Guys, easy. EMI again. A similar section has been repeated. If you're purchasing a, on what, loan between 19 and 22, then on that we will get interest deduction. Yes, up to how many thousand? But sir, I don't need this. I already have a deduction in house property. But if you can take only up to 2 lakhs there, can I take the balance here? Yes. But there are some condition, guys. The house should be up to, this should be your first house, guys, and you should purchase it, or the loan should be taken only 19 and 22. Next, 80 EEB. Guys, are you buying a bike? Is it Ola? Does it catch fire? Hopefully not. Yes, all right. Guys, you're buying a EV. What are you buying, guys? Nexon EV, Tata EV, guys, any EV if you buy, who's happy? The government says if that EV is on a loan, whenever you pay interest, we'll give you a reduction under section 80 easy electric bike up to how much, guys? 1,50,000. Even if it's for personal use, yes. If it's for business use, then we will not come here, only we'll go to PGBP. Excellent. This is the E series done and dusted, guys. Next, 80G. Generous. Are you donating money? Anyone in India donates money, we'd like to give you what? Deduction. If you donate, but don't donate in cash more than year 2000 is okay. Above that, fully disallowed. So, example, if I donate 4,000 in cash, full disallowed. And guys, they've divided into four categories. The first one, A, B, C, D, let's call it, guys. The first one, no questions asked. No questions asked. 150, but subject to a limit. We'll talk about this limit, guys. This limit, they say, has to be shared between which category? C and D. And that's why, guys, we will do this right in the end. Next, guys, 80 GG. Guys, this game again we'll play right in the end. 80 GGA. Give around. Guys, are you donating for scientific research? And which room is closed? Guys, if that room is open, then you'll go there only. If that room is closed, guys, will you get a deduction here, guys? Yes. But again, don't pay in cash more than 2,000. And guys, how do you get close to a political party? Give to big donations, guys. 80 GGP or 80 GGC. Guys, big donations are given by, small donation are given by all others. If you give donations to political parties or to electoral trust, will you get the deduction? Yes. How much cash is allowed here? Nothing. Because you already have a lot of cash. Are we okay? And guys, remember that advertisement in political magazine, which was not allowed under, can it be allowed here? But only for whom, guys? Company. Same thing here also, but this advertisement in political magazine is not even allowed here. Are we okay with this, everyone? All right, that's the next section. Guys, India needs jobs, employment. So if you add jobs, guys, section JJA, job. The government says thank you for adding jobs. Whatever salary you pay, first we'll give you a deduction under. Plus, guys, we'll give you how much percent extra. And you can take this for first year also, second year also, third year also. But every year you need to add net jobs. Everyone okay? Please don't pay salary in cash. Please don't pay more than, they should be permanent employees, contribute to their and employ them for at least 240 days. And laugh industry 150. Laugh is manufacturing of leather, apparel or footwear. And in that case, if for some reason you can't employ them for 240 or 150 days, no problem. Check next year, fresh. If they fulfill the condition next year, then this 30% will be given to you next year. Are we okay with this, guys? Yes. All right. Next, guys. Are you a writer? Yes. Besides writing your handwritten notes in class, you also write books. Quality books. And what are you earning, guys? Guys, first it will go to, will you get a deduction there also for expense? Yes. Example 5 lakh and deduction 40,000. So you will be taxed on. The government says thank you for writing books. We'd like to give you a deduction under 80 QQB, but subject to how many steps? 3 steps. Step number 1. The royalty, whatever you earn, we have no problem, but deduction will be only up to, if it's lump sum, then we'll take the full amount here. Step number 2. Royalty in India plus royalty earned abroad, which has to be brought to India within 30th September, guys. That is step. And step number 3 is whichever is lower of step 1 and 2 minus the expense, and the maximum deduction here can be up to 3 lakh. This is only for you and me individual, but only for residents. Next, section 80. Same, guys, royalty, but on patent. So this time the royalty on what, guys? Patent. Only thing is here, step number 1, we don't have 15%. We'll take the full amount. All right, guys, will you save money? Yes, in a bank to earn what? Interest. Section 80, 88, 10,000 annual. If you save interest, guys, this you will get a deduction up to how much, guys? 10,000 per annum. But this is only for you and me, individuals and our families. Individuals who should be below how many years, guys? 60 years. Are we okay with this? And this is only on which account? But what if you have an FD? No. RD? No. Only on saving. And senior citizen, are we telling them to get out? Yes, get out of this room so that you can go to a better room. More respect, guys. Section 1880, but or bigger. Yes, and here, guys, they get a deduction of 50,000 per annum. This is only given to whom? Resident individuals who are 60 years or more. Which account? Savings also, FD also, RD also, any, but it should be from a bank, post office, cooperative bank, etc. Everyone, guys, what if you yourself are disabled? Then 80 DD will not apply because there we've removed self, and this section will apply. 80 you same 75,000 or 1,25,000. Guys, pro tip in the exam, the loan should always be from approved source. There are 3 very hidden deductions, like you have to be a bond, James Bond, to identify them. 80 ETA, 80, 80B, 80 GG. Guys, identify them because they might be hidden. Yes, Mr. A has taken a house on Rent. Section 80, GG. Mr. A is earning interest from savings account. TTA, TTB, depending on his age. Guys, every chapter, sorry, every paper, the first sum we've done questions from here. Now let's go to the two sections that we thought we'll do it right in the end, guys. Section 80G. First, let's do GG. Ghar, ghar. Are you taking a HRA exemption? If you are, then don't even look at this section. But if you're not taking HRA exemption, can you take a deduction here? Yes, deduction will be three numbers A, B, C, whichever is. A is 5,000 per month. B is rent paid or payable minus 10% of ATI. ATI is adjusted total income, and last is 25% of ATI. Is what is ATI? ATI is a cousin of GTI. You'll take GTI, but not the CC one, guys. Not the CC income, the other GTI, and you'll minus. Guys, in your house, when you calculate your guests, the number of guests who have come, will you include yourself for tea and coffee? No, ideally you should not, guys. Yes. So same way you'll minus all deduction except yourself. So here I'll not minus 80 GG, and that number is called my ATI. Are we okay? And everyone, the last one, 80 G. G for generous. In that case, first 100%, second, third, and fourth. These two have subject to a limit which is 10% of ATI. Example, guys, I've donated here 60,000, I've donated here 70,000, and my 10% of ATI is 72,000. Now tell me, guys, how do I use it? Who uses the limit first? Third category. How much did you donate? 60. 60 or 72, which is lower? 60. And how much will I get, guys? So I will get a 60,000 deduction here, but out of this 72, now how much is gone? So how much is the balance? Now this limit can be used by the elder one, that is fourth one, 70 or 12, 12, and I will only get, so I'll only get deduction of, so while you donated 70,000, you'll get deduction only of 6,000. Are we okay, everyone? And how do you remember which is in the first, second, third, fourth category? Guys, second category, guys, drought relief fund. Third category, family Olympic. You've given it to the government for family planning, or you've given it to the Indian Olympic Association. And this fourth category, most important, give him money to create temple. You're giving it to the government other than family planning. You're giving it for housing. You're giving it for minorities. You're giving it for most common in the exam charity, and you're giving it to temple, gurudwara, etc. In that case, it's the fourth category. Everyone, guys, if you spot G and GG in the exam, touch them only right in the end. Are we okay, everyone? Guys, what a nice recap. It took us 13 unlucky minutes. Yes. Oh, how can we forget? Guys, the C series. Who's India's country's champion and hero? Agniveer. If there is an Agniveer fund, guys, if you contribute to it, 80 CCH1, is that self contribution? Will you get a deduction? Yes. And if the master contributes first, it will be added to salaries. And second, you'll get a deduction under 80 CCH2. All right. That brings us to 80C. C for, are you contributing? Yes, girls' life now needs five senior assets. Boys' life? We don't know, guys. Who cares right now? Yes. And Provident Fund, mutual fund, shares and debentures, house which NSB loan, and Indian education. Guys, Sukanya Samriddhi account. Are you withdrawing money or contributing? Life insurance. Guys, foreign life also? Yes. And life insurance up to limit. What is the limit, guys? 10% right now. Earlier, 20%. Next, national saving certificate. But every year it gets reinvested. Will I get deduction every year? Yes. Which bonds? Which bonds? NHB bonds. Guys, 5-year deposit, 5-year fixed deposit. What if I break the deposit next year? Guys, add it back. Senior citizen account, and which plan? Annuity plan. Next, PF, except URPF. Guys, next, mutual fund, shares and debentures, which are lock-in. Guys, are you buying a house? Only for house you get principal repayment, guys. Even stamp duty and registration, yes, but the house should be ready. And guys, will you put your children for Indian education? Will you pay their fees? Then you'll get a deduction up to two children. Hum do, why do? If you have three, one will not study. No, no. One will, everyone will study, but deduction only for how many children? Two. Guys, here it is Indian education, but that loan, guys, their education can be foreign also. Only here it's Indian education. And guys, care, care, care. At 1:30 in the afternoon, who will care for you? No. Guys, 80 CCC, care, care, care. What are you buying? LIC annuity plan. Will you get a deduction? Yes. And the Dracula, guys. So full Dracula dinosaur section, guys. 80 CCD1. 80 CCD1B. Which account do you have? Guys, that's question number 4. After you recover from this section, guys, do that sum also maybe. Are you self-contributing to NPS? The government says, I'd like to give you a, but the government says, I can't give you big deductions up to maximum 10% of your salary. And if you don't have salary, 20% of your GTI. And it cannot be more than 1 lakh 50. Guys, there are 3 sections which together have 1 lakh 50, 80 C, 80 CCC, and 80 CCD1. All 3 of them collectively have a limit of 1 lakh 50. But sir, I want to put more in NPS. No problem. You have one extra bucket. No, one extra benefit. Guys, this deduction will be up to, this is again only for what, guys? NPS. This NPS is tier 1 NPS. Which NPS, guys? So whatever in the exam they ask tier 2, don't worry guys about it. But tier 2 is 80C. 80C and tier 1 is 80 CCD. They will give tier 1 only mostly, guys. That is CCD. And guys, if your master contributes, guys, master's contribution first will be added to, guys, full amount. Yes, guys, because higher the income, so there is no restriction, but you will get a deduction under 80 CCD2 if you're in the old scheme. 10% of your salary if you're in the new scheme. Guys, so I will happily choose the new scheme, but the moment you choose the new scheme, these 2 deductions you will not get, because in the new scheme, which are the only 3 deductions. So when, guys, they remove the old scheme, I'll remove this video also, because we only need 3 deductions in the new scheme, guys. Jan, JJ, A, Agniveer, but which one? That's half Agni, guys. CCD, CCH2. And in NPS, we'll get half of it, 80 CCD2. Wow. 17 minutes, guys. Satra Khatra, guys. But honestly, it's worthy of 17 minutes. Whenever you want to revise this, guys, you can watch it later. I'll attach all these revision videos and I'll make one video out of it, guys. Thank you so much. See you guys tomorrow. Never tomorrow. What time? 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock tomorrow. Thank you, guys. All right. And in the series of revision videos, guys, this one is truly special. When you get your first job, guys, it's a very happy moment. You give parties to your friends, etc. But when you start revising income from salaries, that same chapter, guys, becomes a nightmare. Lots of people find this very painful, especially because of the number of perquisites. You open your ICI material, there are too many pages to read. So leave that, watch this video, read your handwritten notes, and go over to as many sums as you want. Guys, alphabets have how many letters? Guys, alphabets have how many letters? 26. But we in salaries are only focused on how many letters, guys? 6. And these 6 letters, guys, will help you understand salaries really well. What are the 6 letters, guys? SAP and SEM. Let's see what this is, and we'll also talk about in the new scheme what happens, guys, in this case. Yes. Let's start with the deductions, guys. First of all, to have salaries, guys, should you have an employee? Yes, and you should be an employer. We are going to call the employee as a slave, employer as a master. So we'll talk about that. And then we can also have multiple employment. Is that true, guys? Yes. And in this case, there are 2 exceptions, guys. If you're a partner in a partnership firm and you're getting salary, that will be taxed under PGPP. Remember P salary, guys? Yes. And if you're an MP, MLA, guys, important person to know you are then. And your salary will be taxed under IFOS. All right. Perfect. Perfect. So now we are looking at the incomes and expenses. We'll start with the expenditures, guys. I feel so bad because salaried people in India are the most taxed people in India. Trust me, guys. Here, SEP, these are 3 deductions. Guys, only 3 deductions they get. First, they get a standard deduction of how much? 50,000 per job or per person. If I have 2 jobs in the whole year, still 50,000. And if in the new scheme, that means in the exam they write they have opted for the default tax regime, then you are 75,000. Next. If you pay professional tax, what is professional tax? Don't go into that. But in the exam, they say you have paid professional tax. Will you get this deduction? Only condition it should be paid. Paid by the employer also okay. Employee also okay. Yes. And next, guys, is entertainment allowance deduction. Everyone, can we repeat this deduction, guys? Entertainment allowance. If you get entertainment allowance in the exam, they write entertainment allowance given. Then first you add it, and then you'll get a deduction, which is A, B, C, whichever is. Remember, guys, in the exam, income whichever is higher, deduction whichever is lower. The first one is amount that is received. Second one is 20% of your basic salary. And third one, 5,000. So they don't want to give you more than how much, guys? 5,000 per month. Or sorry, 5,000 per annum. So these 3, whichever is the lowest. What if this is 10,000? What if this is 12,000? Will I get higher? No, I'll only maximum get how much, guys? 5. All right, that covers the deductions, guys. Very quickly, let's go to the incomes, guys. SAP. What is S for? Guys, salary is something that sweet message in your account, guys. Your account has been credited. That message, guys, that is salary. So salary can be broken down to different parts, guys. So like your exam is broken down to six different subjects. Same way, guys. First part of salary is called basic salary. The guy who's looking at the screen, yes, yes, yes. You also looking at this, yes. So first part is with salary, guys. Basic salary. Then can you have dearness allowance? Yes. Can you get commission also? Can you get bonus also? Can you get wages also? Can you get remuneration also? Guys, repeat with me the tagline of this chapter. Any amount going from the master to the slave is, you name it any name, guys, but it's all taxable, guys. All these amounts are taxable, whether it's called BS is bull. No, 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 no. BS is basic salary. Any of these amounts, guys, are taxable. Are we okay? But guys, for some reason, we have to give some short names. So what is BS short name? D. Dearness allowance, which forms part of retirement. What is the short name? D. Which is other than retirement, guys, OD. Commission, which is a percentage, C, and commission, which is fixed, is called OC, which in Kannada means free. All right. And this basically, when is it taxable, guys? Is it taxable in the month of March when it's supposed to be received, or is it taxable in the month of April when it's actually received? They have a rule whether it's due or whenever it's received, whichever is earlier. That means whichever Lakshman Rekha touches, guys, it will be taxable. Are we okay with this, everyone? Except bonus, guys, you never know when it's going to be received. So it's only on receipt basis. Yes, everyone. All right, guys, everyone. Get different pocket monies at home. Same way, guys, there is something called allowance. Allowance is like pocket money, guys. Can your employer give you allowance? Example, if your job involves a lot of traveling, you will get a traveling allowance. If it's daily expenses, you'll get daily allowance. So there are some allowances, guys, where the government says, listen, I'll give you an allowance, but I'll also exempt it. Guys, what is that shortcut for those allowances which are exempted, guys? HRA can demotivate and hurt heartbeat. If you want details of this, guys, there's a quick book. You handed in notes, have all the words here. But right now, these are the allowances which you get what, guys? Exemption. Let's see what are the exemption. First for HRA, house rent allowance. Are you getting some HRA? Yes. Your boss says, listen, yeah, you stay in a rented apartment. I'm giving you HRA. Guys, first you added example. If you get 2 lakh, how much will you add? 2 lakh. And then you get what, guys? Exemption, which is A, B, C, whichever is the lowest. Excellent, guys. A is the amount that is, how much did you receive, guys? 2 lakh. B is rent paid or payable minus 10% of salary. And this is 40 or 50%. When is it 50%? Metro. Only 4 metros, guys. Yes. Otherwise, it is what percent? Sir, understood everything, but what is the salary? Salary is B, D, C. B for basic, D for dearness retirement, C for commission percentage. Are we okay? But only condition to get this exemption is that you should be staying on rent. Guys, what if you don't stay on rent? Can you get the allowance? Yes, but you'll not get what? Exemption. Next, guys, conveyance. Another word for conveyance means traveling. If you get traveling allowance, example, guys, 60,000, the government says first we will add it. And if you spend any money, guys, any amount which is spent, can I manage that? Out of 60,000, if I spend 55,000, then how much is my income? 5. Are we okay with this? Next, D for daily allowance, H for helper, U for uniform, R for research, T for tool and transfer. In all these cases, first the amount will be at any amount that is spent, only that will be minus. The logic or moral of the story is that whatever you spend has gone, whatever remains with you is your income, which will be taxable. Yes. Thanks, guys. Do you have children? Yes. Okay. As you say, guys. Yes. If your children go to a hostel, guys, if your children go to a hostel and you get some allowance, the government says we'll give you a fixed amount, guys. Heartbeat is fixed. You get an exemption of how much? 300 per month per child. Can it be 2 children also? So 300 into 12 is 3,600. Can I get an exemption of 3,600? If 2 children, 7,000. If 3 children, no, don't. Yes, because exemption is only for. Can I get allowance for 3 children? Yes. Next, guys, if your children are going for studies, you get an education allowance. Exemption is 100. Next, guys, blind, deaf, mute, handicapped people get 3,200 per month. Area-based allowance depends on the area, like tribal area, underground area, etc. And if you're a transport sector employee, like a pilot, then they give you two exemption, A or B, whichever is. A is amount received, but now it's 70% and B is 10,000 per month. Guys, these are the only allowances which have exemption. In the exam, conveyance allowance, exemption, area-based allowance, medical allowance. That means you'll add it, but you'll not minus anything. Are we okay? But only thing is conveyance allowance, guys. You can minus the amount that is spent, but the amount that you spend from going from home to office and back will not be minus. Are we okay with this, guys? Yes. Guys, so allowances are taxable or not taxable? Yes or no? But subject to some Exemption. Subject to some exemption. But there are some people whose all allowances are exempt, guys. Here we go. How many judges? No judges. And who, guys? MPs left for UN abroad. These people are so important that we said, listen, all your allowances will be exempt. Guys, judges of which court? High Court and Supreme Court. When they get 2 lakh allowances, we have to exempt how many lakh? 2 lakh. That means we don't have to tax them. MPs, MLAs, when they get allowances, shall we exempt them? UN employees, United Nations, they have employees in India, guys. That also is exempted. Yes, and people for Indian government who work abroad, guys. What is happening there, guys? People who work for the Indian government abroad, when they get allowance, remember 10/7, even that is exempt. So these people, their allowances, will they get the allowance? Yes, but will they be taxed on the allowance? No. Excellent, guys. And just like that, we're at the last letter, guys. Which is the last letter? P for perquisite. Perfect. So we are now looking at the last letter, which is called what? For P for perquisite. But sir, I've never understood what is perquisite, guys. Perquisite is not money; it is in kind. Example, guys, he's not giving you money; he's giving you a benefit. Example, you get a car. Example, you get a or you get a house or you get a credit card. Is it money? No, it is money's worth. So there is a rule called Rule 3. What is the rule called? We have to value these perquisites and then we have to do what, guys? Addition. In some perquisites like LTC, we also have an exemption. Let's start with the first perquisite, guys. Everyone, guys, you are getting which card? Credit card. Which card, guys? Who paid for it? Who's enjoying the benefit? Slave. So whatever charges are will be added as a perquisite. That's the first one. Second one is, guys, clubhouse membership. Who paid for the clubhouse? Master. Who's enjoying the benefit? Slave. So is it a perquisite? So whatever has been paid is a benefit. Next, guys, if it's a gas, electricity, water bill at your house and you're a slave, you should pay the bill. What if master pays the bill? Then, guys, is it a perquisite? Yes. And here there's an exception, guys. If you work with Tata Power only and they only supply electricity to your house, then you will not add the market price. You will add the cost to Tata Power, guys. Next, any of your liability, guys, you should pay. If the master pays, is that a perquisite? Yes. Guys, your professional tax also you should pay. If your master pays, is that a perquisite? But guys, for that you'll also get a deduction. Next, guys, which is the next one, guys? Servant. If you have a domestic servant at home, guys, you should pay the salary, guys. Who's paying? Is that also perquisite? Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's move ahead to more perquisites. Guys, you want a loan, go to a bank. If you go to a master and take a loan, guys, he'll give you at a lower interest rate. Compare this which bank? SBI Bank on which rate? First rate. If SBI Bank is charging you 10%, your master charges you 2%, guys, what is your benefit? 8% into the loan amount into the tenure, guys. If you calculate, that is a benefit going from the master to the slave. Is it taxable? Yes. In the exam, car loan, house loan, personal loan, etc. could be examples, except 20 medical. If the loan that you're taking is up to, or if it's for medical, the government says in these two cases, sorry, we don't want to tax it as a perquisite. Guys, that's the next one. Everyone, we are going on a holiday. Guys, this came in the exam question, and some of you guys were confused about it. If you go for a holiday, example, you're going to Kashmir. Where are you going? Kashmir, and you stay at the Taj Hotel there, and your bill is 50,000. You should pay the bill. What if the master pays? Is that a perquisite? The exam question was 3 lakh rupees, guys. Should you tax it? Yes. Any money going from the slave is taxable. Same way, any benefit is also taxable. Are we okay with this, guys? We'll take the next one, guys. LTC, leave. But sir, this is also travel. This is all travel. No, this is a holiday stay. This is a holiday stay. And by the way, what if you work at Taj and stay in Taj? Then, guys, we can't trust Taj because what if they give a lower amount? Then the perquisite will be low. Then the tax will be low. So then the government says if you work for Taj and stay at Taj only, if you work for Marriott and stay at Marriott, then it will be amount charged by neighboring hotels. Guys, what is LTC? Leave travel concession. Guys, you are now not going for a holiday. Of course, you're going for a holiday, but this is a travel part. Which part? Guys, you book flight tickets. Example, 4 flight tickets, 40,000 rupees. Who paid for it? Master. Is it a perquisite? Yes, but the government says we'll exempt it under a section called Section 10(5). Shortcut is LTC, leave travel concession. But there are some conditions, guys. This travel should happen only within, it should happen in the best possible class, first class, etc. But if flight, it should be only economy. If you take business class tickets, guys, business class is a perquisite, but exemption will only be for economy. You get this exemption twice in a block of, and one of them can be extended to the next block. Is that right, guys? Yes. And this is for your family members. Family members are the clock, but if it's children, it's only up to how many children, guys? 4 children. But guys, if you have first one single child and then twins, congratulations. Now, how many children? Three. But the government understands, guys. So they give you exemption for all three. But if you have twins and then Single child, who doesn't understand? Government. They will only give you exemption for how many? Two. All right. So this is what it is. This is called leave travel concession. We go to the next few ones, guys. Can you tell me the next one? Guys, everyone, if the you have a life insurance, but who's paying your premium? Master, is that a perquisite? Yes, only life insurance, not health insurance, guys. Health insurance is not a perquisite. This has come in the exam also. And if you have telephone and Wi-Fi at home, and who's paying the bill, guys? Master, this one is not what, guys? Perquisite. Are we okay? 1 minute. All right, it's been 13 minutes. I think about 17 minutes we should finish this video also, guys. What is the next perquisite, guys? Medical facility in India. Guys, are you sick or is your family member sick? The government, the master says, listen, I'll pay for it. If it's anything which is private hospital, private doctor, private clinic, is it taxable? But if it's GMC hospital, what is GMC? Government hospital or master owned or operated or commissioner of income tax approved hospital, then in that case, this is not a taxable perquisite. Is that okay, guys? All right. Next, guys, medical facility abroad. Did you stay abroad? Did you travel abroad? And did you get treated abroad, guys? 3 lakh, 3 lakh, 3 lakh. Total how many lakh? 9 lakh. Who paid for it? Example. Master, then this will not be taxable perquisite at all, guys. Only two conditions, guys. It should be within which limit? What if RBI limit is 8 lakh, then how much will be taxable? One. And guys, it should, the travel part, guys, will be exempt. It will not be taxed only if your income GTI is up to how many lakh, guys? Otherwise, guys, people will fool the government. They will say, listen, I'm going for a holiday, but they will say it's medical and they will take an exemption. Are we okay with this? All right. Let's go to the next one, guys. Education facility in India. But sir, we've already done this. No education allowance. No. What's the difference? Allowance is your mom giving you 500 rupees to have a pizza. Can you order a pizza for 300? And what happens to the balance 200? No problem. Whatever you want to do. But perquisite is your mom making the pizza, guys. This is called perquisite. So what is this facility? Education facility where, guys? In India. Guys, if you go for an MBA and who's paying for it? Master, this is not a taxable perquisite, but if your spouse, etc., and relatives go for MBA, who's paying for it? Master, is that a perquisite? Yes. For children, the government reduces it by 1,000 per month. All right. And if your children go to Reliance school and you work for Reliance only, then amount charged by similar schools in the neighborhood. Let's go to the next one, guys. Everyone, people who are not participating in this, I'm telling you, right now only you've lost the enthusiasm or the steam. Later on, though, no steam only. And by the time you reach the exam, zero steam, and then you'll have to give another attempt, guys. Be with me, everyone. Guys, use of mobile asset. Guys, does your master have a car? Or does the master have a projector or a video camera? You want to use it, guys. Guys, who's paid for it? Who's enjoying the benefit? Slave. Is it a perquisite? Yes. 10% of original cost. And if the master has taken on rent, whatever the rent is being paid, you are getting benefit from it. That's a perquisite. Except if you're using the company's laptop or mobile or journal. Use LMJ, guys. No problem with that, guys. That's not a perquisite. Very recent question. September paper this came, guys. You already know about it. Next. Guys, sale or purchase of movable asset. Your company has a Mercedes, guys. Do you like that Mercedes? Do you want to buy it? The Mercedes was bought for how many lakh? 60 lakh. But you need to calculate the WDV. You have to calculate what? Depreciation and find out the WDV. That is 36 lakh. Your master is ready to give you for 20 lakh. What is your benefit? Is this taxable as a perquisite? Yes. This is called sale of what? But we will not tax you in two cases if the Mercedes sold to you after 10 years or if your master is Mercedes only, that means they trade in that same car. Are we okay? And how do you calculate depreciation? There are three different rates here. Guys, the rate for electronic products with memory is, the rate for motor car is, and any other asset is, only this one is SLM. And is it half year depreciation or full year depreciation? Guys, it is completed years. So if it's 2 years and 2 months, 2 years. All right. Any other purposes, guys? Check, check, check. Guys, ESOP. Everyone. Did you get employee stock options? Yes. These are also called sweat equity shares. Guys, the shares are worth 1,000 rupees today, but you are getting it only for 200. What is your benefit? 800. Is that a perquisite? Yes. This will be taxed under salaries. Now, do you have the share with you? How much did you were taxed on? 800. How much did you pay? 200. So what is your cost now? 1,000. If you sell this share for 2,200, guys, that 1,200 rupees will be taxed under which head of income? Capital gain. Are we okay with this? This taxability will happen in the year you are allotted the shares. Everyone, this price which you pay is called which price? Exercise price. Are we okay with this? This is called ESOP. Another word for ESOP is sweat equity. Someone sweet equity shares also, guys. Just remember that. Yes. How can we forget those brilliant typos, guys? All right. Next, guys, after ESOP, there were gifts. Guys, is it good to get gifts? Sometimes gifts are taxed under. IFOS. If gifts are from your PGBP, they're taxed under any gift, any amount. But if gift are from your employer, guys, they can be taxed under which head of income? Salary. Let's see what are the two gifts, guys. If it's gifts in terms of kind, example of watch, shoes, etc., only when it's more than 5,000 is taxable. And if it's gifts in terms of money, everything is what, guys? Taxable. All right, guys. Tell me the next one. Which are we missing out on? Guys, it's the perfect time, guys, for having a tea or coffee. So lunch, dinner, snacks, tea, coffee. Who's paid for it? Who's enjoying the benefit? Slave. No problem, guys. This is not taxable, subject to some exceptions for lunch and dinner, guys. If the lunch and dinner in office is more than 50 per meal, example, it's 80 per meal, how much will be taxable? 30. If it's outside office hours, how much will be taxed, guys? Full amount. And if it's in remote location, then guys, when you see go to remote location, example a mining area, guys, do you see a Starbucks there, Rameshram Cafe there? Who will give you food? Master has to give you food. All right. We go to the next one. Next one is pretty interesting, which is called what, guys? Accommodation. Another word for accommodation, house. Another word for house, flat. Another word for flat, apartment. Guys, any of this given by the master to you guys, is it a perquisite? Yes, we got to value it. First, guys, this house is owned by the master, OP percentage. If it's a big city, is it more expensive? 10% of your salary or 5% of your salary or in the middle 7.5. That's how I remember, guys. This is the most populated cities, more than 40 lakh population. This is between 15 lakh to 40 lakh and this is up to 15 lakh. So if they give you in the exam cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, etc., 10%. Yes, are we okay with this? All right. Now, so this is owned, but what if it's rented by the master? Then whatever the rent he's paying, but up to 10% of your salary. What if they give you accommodation in a hotel or a service apartment? Then the rent that they are paying or up to 24. Guys, remember the hotel has how many floors? 24 floors. If the house also has furniture, guys, this furniture a mobile asset, 10% of original cost. Now some exceptions, guys. First, if it's a government person, government employee, then it is only which fees, guys? License fees. Not important. Second, can you get one house property and second house property? Yes, up to 90 days. That is how many months? 3 months. Only one of them will be taxed. Which one? Lower. But after 90 days, they will tax you on which perquisite, guys? Both. Third, in the remote location, guys, do you have prestige builders, Shobha builders? No. Then who has to give you accommodation? Master. Are we okay? And in accommodation only, what is the definition of salary? Guys, salary is a bigger definition because they want to tax you more. It is SAP. In salaries, you take everything except power. What is P for? Provident fund. That you don't take. A for arrears you don't take, and O for OD. These you don't take, otherwise everything you take. Do you take basic salary, commission, bonus, everything? Next, A for you take the taxable allowance, and perquisite you don't take because you're anyways calculating a perquisite. All right. Next is motor car. Everyone. Guys, you are getting a car which is owned, maintained, everything by your master. Let's see how this motor car works. If the motor car is only used for office purpose, what is the perquisite? Nothing. If it's only used for what purpose? Personal. Then, guys, there are three things. For the car, what is the value? 10% of original cost. For the fuel, etc., it is always at what, guys? Actuals. And for the driver also, it is what as actuals because it is only for which use? Personal. But what if it's office use also? And what if it's personal use also, guys? Is it a mixed use? Yes. Then, guys, we cannot have such a big perquisite, guys. It will reduce because some part of it is used for what purpose? Some part is used for what purpose? Personal. If it's a driver, I will have it how much, guys? 900 because driver works for how many hours? So driver is out. Now for fuel and car, guys, if it's a big car costs how much? 2,400. Remember, guys, 24 lakhs. And if it's a small car, then how much, guys? 1,800. Are we okay with this, guys? Everyone. All right. Now this was a car, everything, guys. Who owned the car? Master. Who put the fuel? Master. Everything was done by the master. But what if you own the car, guys? The car is owned by you and only fuel and all, guys. Will it be reduced? The driver will still charge you 900 per month. That's the perquisite value. And this will be reduced by 3. 2,400 divided by 3. 800. But we'll take how much, guys? 900 and 1,800 divided by 3. 600. Guys, why is it lower? Because now the car is yours. So lower the benefit, lower the amount. Are we okay with this? All right. Guys, now we go to the additional points. Everyone pay attention to some additional points. Perquisites over, guys. Any other perquisite remain? Yes, okay. All right. There are many retirement benefits, but the only retirement benefit you should know is which fund? Provident fund. Guys, provident fund is used to save money for retirement. True or false? True. There are three kinds of provident fund is called SPF, statutory provident fund. Who makes it? Government employees. RPF, recognized provident fund. And useless one is URPF, unrecognized provident fund. Let's talk about SPF, guys. Can the master contribute? Yes. When the master contributes fully. But sir, any amount going from the master to the slave is taxable. No, yes. But here, who's getting the money? Government, so it is exempt. Interest, exempt. And withdrawal also, guys, is exempt. Here, guys, if it's an RPF account, recognized provident fund, if the master puts money, it is exempt, but only up to how much percent? 12%. What if he puts more? Then the excess amount will be taxable. Interest is exempt up to, and guys, you withdraw, no problem, but at least let us use it for how many years? 5 years. Exempt if withdrawal after how many years, guys? 5 years. In 5 years also, if it's because of loss of job, or illness or disability, then within 5 years also it will be exempt. And URPF, guys, what if the master makes a draw URPF? Who knows about it? No one. So the master's contribution, no exemption, no tax because you've not got the money. Interest also same, but when you finally withdraw, is it fully taxable? Any amount going from the master is taxable under salary. Your amount, the interest is taxable under IFOS. Are we okay? That's URPF, guys. These are the three things. Next, if it's given salary as a scale, and what does do you mean as a scale? 25,000, 5,000, and 40,000. What do you mean by this, guys? Your salary will start at every year it will increase by, from the day you join, guys, 1 year, 5,000, 25 will become 30, 30 will become 35, 35 will become 40, and then you'll go to the next salary scale. Are we okay with this? Yes. Then gifts, guys, can be in three categories. You also know MPs, MLA salaries, partner salaries, you also know, and that's it. And there is something called arrears, guys, or advance salary receipt. And we're able to do two calculations, guys, or actually four calculations. I'm not doing that. You can look at your handwritten notes because it's not important. This is a 24 minutes of a revision of salaries chapter. Yes, excellent revision. Revise this with this video, because if it's taking us 24 minutes, imagine you're doing it yourself. Yes, I just want to leave you with that thought. Thank you so much. Residential status and scope of income. Let's see how much scope or how much time it takes for our time to revise this section. Guys, in the exam, first you will have to find out residential status and then you'll have to find scope of income. So we'll also revise like that only, guys. So the first section is section 6. In 6.1, it's a residential status of. 6.2, it is residential status of. 6.3 is residential status of. And 6.4 is all other. While we will discuss all them, guys, I know in the exam 6.1 is the main one. So let's talk about it first. You and me are individual, guys. For our individual residential status, we'll have to calculate the number of days. And there are two Lakshman Rekhas. The first Lakshman Rekha always, if your stay in India in the previous year 25, 26 is more than how many days? Then you become what, guys? Resident if you cross this Lakshman Rekha. If not, guys, is there a second Lakshman Rekha? In this year, if you're staying for more than 60 days or more, guys, sorry, my symbol is 60 days or more, and the last four means including 25, 26? No, before that, if your stay in India is 365 days or more, then again you have crossed this Lakshman Rekha. Any Lakshman Rekha you cross, you become a. If you don't cross any Lakshman Rekha, then you become a. Who told you about this, guys? Section 6.1. While this is great, there are two people who the government really likes. They are called EV. Guys, who are these? Any person who's an Indian citizen. One minute. Any person who's a Indian citizen means passport is Indian. And if you're leaving abroad for employment like a job or a business, etc., in this year, then guys, the second condition will not asked to you. Only which condition will be asked? And guys, if you're an Indian citizen or a PIO, person of Britain. Guys, only for these people you have to check EV, guys. If it's a foreign citizen, no. Only for Indian citizens or PIO. PIO means person of. That means either your mom, dad, or grandparents, dada, dadi, or nana, nani. Any one of them was born in India. Guys, in that case also, guys, which condition will not apply? Second, so which condition will apply? If you cross this Lakshman Rekha, if you don't cross it, non-resident. Great. Now, guys, people who become non-residents, we won't bother you again. But if you're a resident, we may convert you into RNOR or ROR, depending on two additional conditions, section 6.6. Guys, the two additional conditions in the last 7 years before this year, guys, we don't know what happened 7 days back. And in the last how many years? So, guys, don't worry about this. In the exam, ask flashback mode. If in the flashback mode you see which country, India, then this is yes, and this is yes, you become a. But if in the flashback mode, like Elon Musk and Trump see which country, US, if they don't see India, then this will become what, guys? That means, guys, both of them should be what? Yes. Even if one of them is N, will I check the second one? No. But, sir, what is the condition in the last how many years? Your stay in India should be at least. Check always for this first easier one, guys. And in the last how many years? You should be a resident in at least. So what do you mean by resident? That means you should cross either first Lakshman Rekha or the second, at least twice, not continuously, anywhere in 10 years. Yes, don't worry about this. Just check for which mode flashback. And guys, everyone, this is gold digging pro max, guys. You are a non-resident. Who are you? But you are a rich non-resident, guys. Who's interested in you? Government. The government said we want to convert you from NR to what, guys? RNOR. This is called deemed resident. Why deemed? Because you're actually, but I'm converting it to a RNOR. That's called deemed resident. For that, I will either check AIC 1 or AIC 2. Let's check AIC 1. It's applicable only to, so this religious conversion, no, this tax conversion, guys, applicable only to Indian citizens. If your Indian income is more than, guys, what is Indian income? Dear plus one. But sir, why dear plus one? He's a non-resident. No, we are trying to convert him into. So we check dear plus one. And guys, if you can't understand that, Indian income here is always dear plus one. And the condition is you should not be taxed in any country as a, as if no country wants you as a resident. We want as a RNOR. But if this is not fulfilled, then check for IC2. You have to be an Indian citizen or PIR. Your Indian income should be more than. So small pro tip, guys. If the Indian income is not more than 15 lakh, don't even look at this. Yes. And last, guys, your condition in this year, 120 in the last 4 years, 365, guys, then you are committing this, guys, AIC2. Either AIC 1 or AIC 2, guys. If not, then you will continue to remain what? Norms. In the exam, your final answer is ROR. Will you check this? No. Your final answer is RNOR. Will you check this? No. Only if your final answer is NR. Will you check for this, guys? Yes. And don't need to explain conversion and all. Just say AIC 1, fulfill the condition, guys. Are we okay? All right. Next one is section. Okay, by the way, when you calculate the number of days, the day you leave India and the day you come back. Guys, if I leave India today on the 18th of September, will you calculate 18 days or 17 days? And the day you come back also will be included, except a person who's working on a ship, on a foreign ship, guys. Yes. Right. Next, section 6, HUF. If your control and management is in, or if it's abroad, if it's India, if it's India and abroad, resident. And guys, resident can further be classified into ROR or RNOR, same condition, but we'll ask the Karta. If the Karta says yes, yes, ROR. Otherwise, RNOR. Guys, companies, it's very simple. If you become an Indian company, that means company registered in India, then you are a, if you are a foreign company, that means a company registered abroad, you are a, but guys, foreign companies, there's an exception. If you are a foreign company, but your place of effective management, place of, if for a rare case it is in India, guys, then a foreign company can also become what? Resident. That's an exception. And last, guys, for all others like partnership firm, LLP, AOP, BOI, etc., control and management. If it's in India, if it's abroad, if it's India and abroad, resident. And these guys are not further classified, no further classification here also. Are we okay with this, guys? This is section 6. Now, guys, we are looking at scope of income, which is section 5. Guys, there are three types of people, actually two. One is in resident, one is RNOR, and one is ROR. Guys, he is the happiest person, she is the happiest person because they are only taxed on 4 income, which is dear. Guys, will we bother him? No. Unless the income is received in, earned in, accruing in. Accruing means what? Accruing means till the time you earn it, guys. Every time interest is not paid daily, but after a year, till that time it is accruing or deemed where in India. So which connection will we see? India connection. RNOR is also happy because he's taxed on, she's taxed on dear plus one. Dear, we know plus one is an income which is earned abroad. Then why are we taxing it? Because controlled, managed, or set up from India. And guys, ROR, why can we hear crying sounds, guys? Guys, because his India income is taxed where? India, of course, but his foreign income is taxed first abroad and also taxed in India. He's paying tax twice. It's like one lecture gets over half an hour, next lecture starts, guys. Yes, that's why people are crying here because double taxation, and this is why he's taxed on which income, guys? Global income. In the exam, this is not important because every income will be only this and this will be asked in the exam mostly, guys. And guys, while we're looking at this, two things you have to ignore called RP. If there is any remittance, but sir, what is remittance? I'll give you an example. If my client pays me in my HDFC account, is it taxable? Yes. From HDFC account, I take money and I give it to my mom. Is it taxable again? No. So remittance means which receipt? Like second, third, fourth. We look at only which received first. Second, third, and fourth we ignore. And what is P for? Past years. Guys, will you look at your past? No. In life also no, and in tax also no, guys. Past years also have to ignore. This is section 5. And then, guys, there is a section called section 9(1), where, guys, there is a non-resident. Who is this guy? And he's earning 8 incomes: I, S, S, D, I, R, F, gifts. Guys, why is a non-resident earning income which we are interested in? Because there is some connection with, and these incomes are called deemed incomes or deemed to accrue or arise in India. What are these 9 incomes, guys, or 8 incomes? Guys, who is this person? Is he earning dividend? But from which company? Indian company. Do you see an India connection? Yes. Is he a NR? Yes. He's earning salary from services rendered in India. He's earning salary from government of India. Remember France? We tax our people. Next, guys. Is he a non-resident? He's getting a gift from a resident more than how many thousand? But sir, which gifts are okay, guys? iPhone is okay, phone is okay. Yes, guys. If the gift is in the nature of property, MISB, sad joke. Guys, money more than 50,000, gold more than 50,000, shares more than 50,000. Guys, next, guys. If this person is an NR, he's earning what? Or royalty or fees for technical services, then why are we so bothered about this guy? Because, guys, that money which he has given as a loan is being used where? In India. That patent is being used in India. Those technical services are being used in India. Guys, everyone. So if it's used in India, can India tax it? Yes. Exception. Only for interest. Only for whom, guys? Interest. If it's one non-resident paying interest to another non-resident and it is used in India for business purpose, the interest will be taxable. Business profession purpose. But income generating activity not taxable. Let's look at this because important. Guys, A is where? Abroad. P is where? One guy is paying, giving a loan, the other guy is paying interest. Should we touch them? No. But unless this money is used in India for what purpose? Business. So will the interest be taxable? Profession. Will the interest be taxable? Buying shares? No. Like very, very important is exception. And last, guys, if you're one plus China, guys, in which country? And in India, guys, you have a business connection. Whom do you have, guys? Business. And from that business connection, you're earning what? Income. Then will your business connection or your income from business connection, will it be taxed in India? Yes. All right, guys. This is section 9(1). This is your chapter called Residential Status and Scope of Income. All right. The father of all revision videos is here, guys. This is a revision video on 3 concepts, guys. You have to participate with me. The first concept is TDS. The next concept is, and the next concept is, guys, when you're looking at 3 things, will you look at the smallest one first or the biggest one first, guys? Smallest one, absolutely right. So we're looking at advanced tax revision first, and then we look at TCS, and then we look at then we look at TDS. All right, guys. Advanced tax means which is the year of your exam. 25, 26. The government says while you're in this year, can you pay some advance tax in 4 installments to me? And these are the 4 installments, guys. Just send demanded money. But don't worry, this is not for everyone in India. Yes, first bench, this is only when your tax liability is more than how much, guys? 10,000. So take your tax liability minus TDS minus TCS, and after that, if your tax liability is 7,000, no, 70,000. Yes, we'll keep 70,000 as a constant number for our calculations. Everyone, guys. So this is TDS. What are the 4 installments? 15th June, 15th December, and 15th March. The government says, why don't you pay me the money now only? I don't have to wait till the next year. So these are 4 installments dates, guys. And what is the amount that you need to pay? Yes, the first installment, 15. Then so 15 plus 45? No, 15 plus 30. 45 plus 30 is 75. 75 plus 25 is. So this is the amount that the government is expecting from you. If you pay on time, great. If you don't pay on time, the government is a money lender and they will charge you what, guys? Interest. Can we do the maths, guys? So we'll take a different number. 72,200 we'll take into 15%. 10,000, 830, guys, which will be rounded off to 10,000. This is called rounding off to the earlier 100. All the 4 installments have to be rounded off. Guys, 45% of 70 to 200 is 32,490. So this will become 32,400. Next, 75% of 70 to 200 is how much? 54,000. 150, which will become 54,100, and 100%, don't calculate, guys. 1 minute, 1 minute. 70 to 200, which will all remain 70 to 200. Guys, are these the installments? Yes. Guys, we'll calculate the interest later, but these installments have to be paid by everyone except senior citizen. If you're a senior citizen, you don't have to pay, guys, unless you're doing, then you have to pay advance tax. If you don't have PGBP, then you don't have to pay advance tax. Next, if you're in presumptive tax section 44 AD and 44, then you have to pay the advance tax, but only which installment? The last one. Excellent, guys. And if there are four incomes called A, B, C, D, A for sale of, B for new business, C for, and D for dividend. These four income, guys, no one can predict. So the government says take it easy. When you earn these incomes, after that, the next installment pay the advance tax, but dividend only when you receive. Are we okay? All right. This is the concept of advance tax. Yes. 1 minute. Why is someone fidgeting here? Rahul, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Take it easy, Rahul. 1 minute, 1 minute. राहुल 1 सेकंड 1 सेकंड क्या कर रहा है यार ये All right. So we are at A, B, C, D, guys. These four incomes. Only when you earn, you will have to pay the advance tax. And now we come to the interest sections, everyone. Guys, if you pay anything short, example, this person had to pay how many installments? Four. If he doesn't pay, who's checking him, guys? 234 C. And in C, guys, let's say he didn't pay any installment, then into what percent? Into how many months? 3 months. Don't calculate, guys. Again, into 1% into how many months? Here also into 1% into how many months? Here into 1% into 1 month. Because, guys, this section 234C calculates interest only up to the end of the year, that is March. Now, guys, how much were you supposed to pay the government? How much have you paid to the government, guys? Nothing. So the government is a money lender. They say, listen, we will charge you interest under section 234B. B for baad mein. Yes, first bench, please hear what is happening. I have no idea. Guys, it's rather I don't do revision videos for you guys. It's okay, guys. Please talk to her. First bench here. Guys, 234B says बाद में it is 72,200 till John, guys. Till when? You have to pay interest at what rate? 1% till John, either July or October or November. If you file your return by then, all good. But if you can't file a return, then 234A, guys, after John, this will run and this will go on and on and on till when? Till whenever you file your return. Guys, this is advance tax. We have two sums. One is on November 22 paper and one is on the last sum of your book. Do both, especially the mathematics, guys, and you will be good with advance tax. All right, second video in the scheme of TDS, TCS, and advance tax. This one is Tata Consultancy Services. No, guys, it's tax collected at source. Very simple, guys. The section is section 206C, and the intention of the government is still the same. I want the money as soon as possible. So here is the government, guys, and here is a seller. Guys, who is this person? Guys, this seller is selling some things. Example, he's selling what? Car. Worth how many lakh? 80 lakh. He is BMW. And the government says, listen, when you're collecting this money, can you collect a little extra? And we'll call it what, guys? TCS. That's the concept. So this is the concept of TCS. Some common points which you know. This amount has to be paid to the government by when? For the next month. It's like electricity bill, guys. When will you pay electricity bill of September, October, November, like that? And if you don't pay on time, you'll have to pay interest. This you can see from the TDS video, guys. It's the same interest. And what else? Can you take credit of the TCS? Yes. Whoever is a purchaser here, guys, can get the credit. All right. And everyone, TCS does not apply on everything which is sold. Example, this pen sold. No TDS. This camera, this a laptop, nothing. It's only on few products, guys. So on which products there is TCS? Alcohol, scrap, my car, and what percent is that? So if a seller is selling, or if a seller is selling scrap generated in business. If you're selling minerals, only three minerals: lignite, iron ore, or coal. And if you're selling car, guys, nothing of this applies at retail level. Only car. So in car, if BMW sells it to the dealer, no TCS. Dealer sells it to you? Yes. Otherwise, everything is on wholesale level. And how many licenses? Two licenses for 2.5 timber and 5 Tendu leaves. What is this, guys? If you're a seller of Tendu leaves, you'll collect 5% extra. If you're a seller of, you will collect 2.5% extra. And if you're the government selling licenses of parking lot, toll plaza, mines, quarries, you'll collect 2% extra. Guys, this is a section. This is how it works. Some things you should know. Guys, if you're selling to whom? Government. If you're selling it for personal purposes, there will be no TCS. And if you're selling it to someone who's doing manufacturing or production of power, again, guys, PMG, what is the shortcut? In these cases, there will be no TCS. And guys, you need to give the PAN to the government. Anyone who doesn't give the PAN, there is a punishment which is called 25. What is 25? Why is the usual rate? So if the usual rate is 1%, if the usual rate is 5%, 10 or 5, whichever is high. Excellent, guys. Here there are two more peculiar situations. The first one is 206C1F. F for, are you selling a fancy car? Fancy car means more than 10x showroom price, guys. Car, bike, motor vehicle, anything. There will be TCS at what rate? 1%, but it's a Rolls Royce car. What is Rolls Royce car, guys? First, R is receipt. Whenever the BMW company receives the money, and R is only at retail level. Are we okay? This has come again in the exam question. You're selling the car to the government. No TCS. The dealer is selling, manufacturer selling to the dealer. Dealer selling it to the person. Car of 4 lakh. Car of 12 lakh. Yes, you've done this question, guys. Yeah, we won. All right. Next one is very, very important from the exam. 206C1G. G for, guys, in this case, you're a seller, but you're selling Forex. You're selling what? But for four purpose called MELT, everyone. MELT. First for, then for education, then for LRS, which is a scheme called Liberalized Remittance Scheme of RBI, and last is for travel, tour and travel. And the government says we will collect something extra, which is called what? TCS. Now, the general rate, guys, I'm talking about the general rate. Guys, if you sell Forex more than how many lakh? 10 lakh only, then there is TCS at 5%. But there are exceptions to this, guys, for travel. For travel, there is no limit, guys. If it is up to 10 lakh, then 5%. And if about 10 lakh, so that welcome to Dubai Habibi. The dream is now, the Habibi is now more expensive, guys. You'll have to pay more. Next, if it's LRS, then it is a general, guys. Yes. But education, if it is on loan, then the government gets tears in their eyes, guys. And they say, in this case, we will not collect anything extra. And if it's other medical or other education, guys, then up to 10 lakh, nothing. Above that, how much percent, guys? 5%. So now, guys, there is no 0.5%. Yes, everyone. So can we recap for just last one, 206C1G? What is the rate? More than 10 lakh. So up to 10 lakh, they'll not disturb you. More than 10 lakh, 5%. If it's education from loan, nil. And if it's tour and travel, then no mercy, guys. Up to 10 lakh, 5%. About 10 lakh, 20%. Are we okay? And the biggest win for you guys who are giving the exam in May 26 or September 26 or Jan 27, there was a nightmare section called 206C1H. Guys, what H? Who H? How H? No H. Are we okay? This is TCS. We'll do TDS tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much. Revision, where to do, how to do, what to do, sir. This is what you need to do. Yes, everyone. So everyone who's looking to revise a huge chapter like TDS, TCS, Advanced Tax, this is a revision video. First, you will look at TDS, then you look at CCS, and then you look at Advanced Tax. We've already revised those videos. We have small videos. I'll attach all the three, but this is what we're looking at right now, guys. This is TDS. Now doors will close, open at 8:30. Everyone, let's see. Guys, in TDS, the government is here and they say that I don't want to wait till John. What is John? July, October, or November. The government says, I don't want to wait till John to get my money. So they are telling people who are payers. Who is this guy? Payer. He is the person who's paying some income to the person who's earning, guys. So this is Mr. A. Is he the person who's earning the income? Yes. And they tell the payer that, payer, listen, whenever you pay this guy on certain incomes, can you pay me a little amount and we'll call it what, guys? TDS. It's not on all amounts. Example, when you paid Yeshas Academy, is that an income for Yeshas Academy? Yes. But on that, there is no TDS. If you in the break go and have a coffee, is that an income for that coffee guy? Yes. But on that, there is no TDS. So only on certain incomes, there is TDS. Let's look at what are the incomes on which there is TDS. I'll tell you the nature of the income. You tell me the section. I'll tell you the amount. We'll do a little back and forth together here. Guys, there is a payer who's paying casual income. For casual income, what is the section, guys? 194B. The rate is what? 30%. There is no 20% here. There is straight 30% on the entire amount. If the amount that you win is more than how many thousand, guys? 10,000. That's the first one. Next, same. If it's from a horse race, then the section is 194BB. Again, the rate is what, guys? 30. There is no surcharge. Yes, it's a flat rate of 30%. And here also, if the amount is more than how many thousand, guys? 10,000. Let's move ahead. If you are using a betting app, that means, guys, all these online bettings, Dream 11, which right now have gotten banned, but in your exam, it can still be asked, guys. Yes, because for a few months, it was always on. Then here also, the section is section 194BA. The rate is still 30%, but it's on the net amount. Guys, what is the net amount? If I've invested 10,000 and I won 1 lakh rupees, what is the net amount? 90. On that 90,000, there will be 30%. Yes. And it's at the time of withdrawal or at the end of the year, whichever is earlier. Next. If there is someone who's selling goods online, yes, just right now, guys, a friend of mine has come from Mumbai and he's come to Bangalore for office for his business purpose, and he sells all the people who go to the gym, guys. He sells all the supplements. He has a very big brand, and he sells supplements online also. Now, please tell me, he's selling his supplements on Amazon, guys. Can we buy it from Amazon? Yes. Will we pay Amazon? Yes. Sometimes we can pay him also directly, guys. But through the e-commerce operator, whatever is routed, there is a section called section 194. Oh, you need to deduct TDS at the rate of 0. But when you pay or when you pass the journal entry, whichever is earlier. Next, if you like cash, guys, I really like cash. I know people use UPI. I also use a lot of UPI, but I feel confident when at the back of my pocket, guys, there is a nice bundle of notes. I feel confident about it. So I keep withdrawing cash. Now, if you're someone who withdraws notes, guys, then the government is not very happy with you, and they say there's a section called 194 N for, and in that, if you withdraw more than, only then, guys, there will be TDS at what rate? And this is the first time we are looking at what, guys? Excess. Everyone okay? But if you carry a bag, that means if you're a bank, ATM, or the government, those people on the phone have to be here. Then in these cases, there will be no TDS. And if in the last 3 years you've not filed a return, is there a punishment? Yes. The punishment is that if you withdraw more than how many lakh? 20 lakh, there will be 2%. And more than how many crore? 1 crore, there will be 5%. Something you should know about TDS, guys. TDS is not a permanent payment to the government. You can always take credit. If you don't have to pay tax, they can always give you a refund also. But this is how TDS works. You need to pay TDS like your electricity bill of this month. When will you pay? Next month by the 7th. If you don't pay by the 7th, guys, the government will charge you interest. If you don't deduct and you don't pay 1%, if you deduct but you don't pay, then 1.5. It is 1.5% per month or part thereof. Example, if I have to pay by 7th October and I pay by 9th October, how many days of delay? Two. Still, I will be charged for 1 month. If I pay on 2nd November, 2 months. Yes, October also and November also. All right. Let's move ahead, guys, to the next section. Guys, sometimes you take a life insurance policy which is taxable. So, when is a life insurance policy exempt then? Guys, on death, is it exempt? And all the premiums are low. Is it exempt? So, if it's taxable, then the government says there is a section called Section 194 DA. DA for, and there will be a TDS at the rate of 2%, but only subject to some condition. The amount that you're receiving should be more than, then you have to calculate which amount, guys, net amount, and on that, how much percent, guys? 2%. Perfect. We move ahead to the next one. Guys, we all love watching reels. If you watch reels, how many reels will you watch in a day? 10. Maximum 10. There is a section called 194R. But don't take it literally, guys. It's not just reels. Any person who's doing a business and profession, guys, he's getting a gift. He's getting what? Example, Samsung gives you a new phone, Apple gives you a new phone, Taj gives you a holiday, etc. And the gift you get is more than how many thousand? 20,000 in a year from a person, guys. Then there will be TDS at the rate of 10%. Are we okay with this, guys? Yes. Next. Guys, I tried to do a little speculation in life by buying a cryptocurrency. The government doesn't call it Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, they call it virtual digital asset. They say buying no problem, but whenever you sell and someone is paying you, they will have to deduct TDS, guys, under section 194 SS for. And guys, everyone should buy one Bitcoin at least in the lifetime. Yes, because the section is, or the percentage is 1%. All right. Only if the amount is more than how many thousand? All right. This reels, I forgot to mention that if you're a small home baker and you're selling your cakes and you give your cakes to someone as a sample, etc., to small individual, small HUF, it does not apply. So, who are small individual, small HUF? We'll do an additional points. Right now, every individual, every HUF is small. All right. Next, guys, everyone in India, so many of us rent. Yeshas Academy has taken this building on rent. There are restaurants which run on rent. Your house also may be on rent, guys. Whenever you're paying rent, there's a section called Section 194I. I is initially we rent. You can rent land and building. You can rent plant and machinery. You can also rent. If the rent in a year is more than how many lakh, guys? 6 lakh together, guys, not per category. 6 lakh, then there is TDS at the rate of, because rent increases every year by what rate? 10%. If it's plant and machinery, then what rate, guys? 2%. Are we okay with this, guys? Yes. But this section, guys, does not apply to students, to families like you and me, guys. There will not be any TDS on this. So we are very happy because this one saved us. Next, guys, do we all dream of purchasing an immovable property? Yes, we all dream. And if you purchase an immovable property, there's a section called 194I, immovable property or acquiring. Example, you purchase a house, you purchase a shop, you purchase a land. If the value is more than how many lakh? 50 lakh. What's the sale consideration or stamp duty value? Whichever is higher, including clubhouse fees, parking, etc. If it's more than 50 lakh, then there is TDS at what rate, guys? 1% shortcut is everyone wants to buy at least one immovable property. Guys, this applies to everyone, even small individuals, yes, because if you can afford to purchase a property, you can also afford to pay TDS. All right, next. Guys, what if the government decides to acquire my property? Then is subsection 194 LA, legally acquire. In this, guys, I'm selling my property, but I'm not selling it to a random third party who's buying it from me. But sir, you had said when government is involved, there is no TDS. Yes. Guys, how is the government involved, guys? Here is the government. Guys, the government is paying money. Is the government in the middle? Yes. But it's whose money, guys? A. So it's the A's money. So TDS will still be applicable under which section? 194 LA, but only if the property is more than how many lakh, guys? 5 lakh. And the TDS rate here is what? 10%. All right. This was the case. We move ahead, everyone. Guys, all of us are aiming to become a chartered accountant, and once you become, I'm hoping you take up a job. But guys, beware. When you get a job of 1 lakh rupees, will you get 1 lakh in your bank account? No, because guys, the employer will deduct TDS under section 192. This is TDS on what, guys? But sir, what is the rate here? The government says, listen, every employee is different. They have different salaries, so it's average rate. How do we find out the average rate? You talk to the C. You become their CA. You talk to them about their salary, about their other income, about deductions, etc., and you find out the tax for the entire year divided by 12. That is 192 salaries. In these cases, guys, I've not discussed it, but in case the person does not give his PAN, it's like almost going to the exam and not writing a roll number, guys. Will you get marks? No. Same way, if you don't give PAN, first of all, that punishment is the TDS rate becomes 20%. There are exceptions which we'll talk about. And guys, in this case, it is MMR and you can't even take credit. So people who don't give their PAN are stupid. Yes, please give your PAN number, guys. It's almost like going to the exam well prepared, not writing a roll number, then you are stupid, guys. Yes, same way, guys, PAN has to be given. Next, some people want to do Aram in life. There's a section called section 192A. So what do you do with Aram? Guys, you take your PF, Provident Fund, and you withdraw it prematurely. What is prematurely? Within 5 years. This is RPF, which account we're talking about. And if you withdraw within how many years? The government is a little disappointed with you and they say, listen, after 5 years, it was anyways exempt, but you could not wait. So the government says there will be TDS at the rate of 10%, but the government says here I'm okay with it if you withdraw up to 50,000. Up to how much? In those 5 years. And in those 5 years, if it's because of any loss, sorry, any loss of job, any illness or any disability, then there will be no TDS. All right, we move ahead, guys. Everyone, guys, it's we all are aiming to become professionals, and after your job, let's say you start your own consultancy like I did, then our clients pay our money, guys. They will deduct TDS under which section? 194J, J for jealous professionals. But sir, who are professionals, guys? There are five professionals. P, T, N, R, T. P for T for technical professional. This is non-compete fee. This is R is royalty, and this is director's fee. But guys, only if the amount paid is more than how many thousand, guys? 30,000 per payment. Per payment. So anyone who's paying me as a CA, my clients, if they pay 25,000. No details. 35,000? Yes. And it takes 10 years to become a professional. So rate is how much, guys? 10%. This rate can become 2% for three things called CMT. If you are paying for call center, if you're paying for movie royalty or you're paying for technical fee, then it is what percent, guys? 2. And guys, there's a small personal limit. That means in these cases, there will be no TDS limit of 30,000. If it's for what purpose? That means you've engaged a lawyer, but not for your office, but for a divorce case. No TDS. And if you're a small individual, then again you're happy here as well. All right. We go to the next one, guys. If you engage a contractor, there is a section called 194C. Example, Yeshas Academy decides to paint this building, then they will engage a contractor. And this contractor, whenever they pay any individual payment more than 30,000 or in a year more than, only then there will be TDS at the rate of 2%. But if the contractor happens to be an individual or a HUF, then the rate is only 1, because these are contractors, guys. They don't make too much money, so let's not block a lot of money from them. Yes, here also there are some exceptions, guys. Everyone small personal limit of how many thousand? 30 or 1 lakh. In that case, there is no TDS. Example, guys, the building painter is asking for 25,000. No TDS. 25,000 4 times. No TDS. 25,000 5 times. Yes, because then it will become more than how many lakh, guys? 1 lakh. Next, if you are paying to a contractor for personal purposes or you are a small individual, again, guys, you're happy because this TDS section will not apply. If you're paying to a GTA and he's given you 10 PAN, what is 10 PAN? The GTA has only up to 10. That means is he a small GTA and he's not stupid, he's given you his PAN, then don't deduct his TDS, don't block his money. Are we okay with this, guys? Yes. And if there is a purchase, everyone, if I go and buy some new benches on purchase, there is no TDS. But if it's a works contract, the word only has contract. In that, will there be TDS? Yes, because the word only has works contract. But sir, what do you mean by works contract? You have to give specifications also and material also. Are we okay? This, guys, is section 194C. Now, guys, sometimes we need more people to help us, like brokers, commission agents. Guys, brokers will find you a new place. Commission agents will sell your goods. There is a section called 194H. H for what, guys? Helper. And in this case, guys, you have to make a small change here. If it's more than 20,000, everyone, how much, guys? More than only if it's more than 20,000, there will be TDS at the rate of anyone, guys, 2%. All right. This is your in commission. This also does not apply to small individuals. But this is general commission. Example, I'm a seller of these laptops. Anyone who sells my laptops, I can pay them commission. 194H will apply. H for helper. But if it's insurance commission, there's a section called 194D. D for insurance doctor's commission. Again, if the commission is more than TDS at what rate? No. And the triplet, guys, section is 194 G. G for gambling. If it's gambling lottery commission, then again, if it's more than how many thousand, guys? 220,000 TDS at what rate? 2%. Guys, this is where we are. Now let's move ahead to some common sections. Yes, 194. Yes, we'll talk about it once I finish. I'll explain that because I can't revise that. I have forgotten to explain that. So I'll explain very simple section. Let's move ahead to the next one, guys. India's common incomes are which incomes, guys? Interest. Which other income is very common in India? Dividend. So the government has put a flat rate here, guys, so that if these incomes are more than 10,000, the TDS will be at what rate, guys? 10%. Let's see these incomes first. Let's talk about dividend, guys. Guys, what have you bought? Shares. And the shares are paying you what, guys? Dividend. If the dividend is more than how many thousand, guys? 10,000, there will be TDS at what rate, guys? 10%. So here we go. The section is section 194. What are you earning? Dividend. Guys, more than how many thousand? Rate is how much, guys? 10. But in case you take cash dividend, in case you take which dividend, then the 10,000 limit reduces, guys, and whatever amount is, there will be TDS. So the government is telling you don't take cash dividend. Next, guys, while dividend can be bought or earned by buying shares, I don't know how to buy shares. So can I buy mutual funds? Guys, you also know India's top rated mutual fund is no, not really, guys. We're just kidding, because the shortcut section is 194 K. K for Kotak Mutual Fund. And here you bought mutual funds and they are paying you what, guys? Income. If that is more than how many thousand? What is the rate, guys? 10%. Guys, everyone, common rate. Common amount more than 10,000, common rate 10%. Next. I'm very interested in earning interest from securities. So can I buy bonds? Yes. Can I buy debentures? Can I buy government securities? Yes. And these will pay me what, guys? Interest. The section is section 193. And if the interest is more than 10,000, TDS will be at the rate of 10%. But sir, I don't want to buy bonds. I don't want to buy debentures. I want to put my money in a bank. I want to give my money to a money lender. I want to give my money to a friend. I want to put my money in a partnership firm. So this is other interest, guys. What is this? Other interest, the section is section 194 A. A for while we're talking about Axis Bank, guys, this is not Axis Bank only. This can be any other interest. Can your friend also pay you interest? Can my partnership firm also pay me interest? Yes. Here also, if the interest is more than how many thousand, guys? 10,000. The TDS rate is 10%, subject to some exceptions called a small pup. Guys, what is a small pup? Guys, you and me, can we also pay interest to banks? When you took your car loan, what will you pay? Interest. What if Reliance take a business loan? They will also pay interest. When we pay interest to banks, should we deduct and block their money? No. Next. Guys, very big change. When banks pay us interest, it's no more 10,000, guys. This limit has become more than 50,000 for you and me. And if you're a senior citizen, more than only then there will be TDS. Example, guys, HDFC Bank is paying you 45,000 interest. No TDS. ICICI Bank 45. 45 plus 45. But they're two different banks, guys. If they're the same branches, then more than how many thousand, guys? 50,000. Senior citizen more than 1 lakh. Next. If a partnership firm is paying resident partners the interest, guys, there is no TDS. If you're a small individual, small HUF, no TDS in this case. And in case of motor accident claim tribunal, also no TDS up to 50,000. Revise this well. Very important section, section 194A. And guys, I have bought a national savings certificate, but it was extremely exhausting. Section is 194 EE, and then from that NSE, if I'm getting interest of more than 2005, here the amount is small because people invest also smaller amounts. Our TDS rate is what, guys? 10%. Excellent, guys. Let's move to the last few. Guys, I am a person who's a pensioner, guys. Who am I? Pensioner. That means my age is 75 years or more. I'm only earning two incomes, pension income and interest income, and I'm earning from the same bank. One condition, two condition, three condition. The government says, listen, we will become your CA, and the section is section 194 P. P for pension. What happens here, guys? Are you putting your money in a bank and are you earning interest? Typically, from a bank interest, what section will apply? And TDS at what rate should apply? 10. But here they removed it. They say, listen, you're a pensioner, we'll become your CA. The bank checks your income. Which are the two incomes that you have? Interest and pension. They will calculate your tax. If your tax is 2,650 rupees, then they will only deduct 2,650. And the best part is after deducting, guys, you don't have to file your return of income. Because of your age, guys, the government has given this benefit. This has come in the exam. After this, we'll be doing some sections. We'll be talking about this as well. And guys, last, everyone. Guys, when I'm purchasing something, is there any TDS? No. When I purchase this watch, was there any TDS? No. When I purchase this coffee cup, is there any TDS? No. Guys, there is no TDS unless you're purchasing in quantity. Guys, there is a section called section 194Q. Are you purchasing in quantity? Example, guys, you are Chroma. Who are you? You are purchasing from Voltas AC is more than how many lakh, guys? That's the first condition. You should be purchasing from one person in India more than 50 lakh in a year. And guys, your turnover, who are we talking about? Chroma, who's in the middle? That turnover last year should be more than how many crore? Guys, these are two conditions for quantity. If these two conditions are met, then listen, Chroma, how much do you supposed to pay Voltas? More than how many lakh? On that excess, you'll have to deduct what? TDS. This is the second case, guys. Can you tell me the two cases of excess? Section 194 and section 194Q. And that the TDS rate is very small, 0.1% only on the excess. So if it's 80 lakh of purchase, then on 30 lakh, there will be 0.1%, which is a very small amount of 3,000 rupees. Are we okay with this, guys? Yes. This is 194Q. This only applies to goods, doesn't apply to services. And here also payment of credit, whichever is earlier. Now, some additional points. In the exam, if they give you an amount, example, a CA is charging amount of 1 lakh plus GST. Guys, will there be TDS under 194J? Yes. But on which amount, guys? 1 lakh or with GST? Only on 1 lakh. So ignore GST. Guys, if this side is government, this side is government, and you're in the middle, guys, will you deduct TDS? No. So, example, if you're paying rent to the government, if you're buying from the government, there is no TDS. Next, guys, you know TDS has to be paid by when? 7th of the next month. Only for the month of March, you have to pay by April. If you don't pay on time, there will be what? At what rate? 1%. Sometimes at what rate? 1.5%. In COVID years, guys, they reduce the interest rate by 25%, but don't remember that. That's only for something that you should know. And last, guys, who is a small individual? Who is a small HUF? Guys, these people, small individual, small HUF, guys, they are every individual, every HUF. Example, Mr. A having a job, small, having IFHP income. Small, having IFOS income, yes, unless they have which income, and from that their turnover in business is more than, and turnover in profession is more than 50 lakh, guys, last year. And then they are not small. Then so why are we doing this? Guys, small individuals were happy because which section was not applicable to them? 194I. So were they paying rent? Yes, but small individuals should make small payments. If they make payment of rent more than how many thousand, 50,000, then it's a immovable property, which is beautiful. 194 IB. And will there be TDS? Yes. What is the height of small individual? 2%. 2 feet, so 2% is everyone okay? And only there they are given the benefit that they can pay the TDS at the end of the year. And one more section, there's a section called 194M. M for, guys, which section do not apply to them? 194J, 194C, 194H. It doesn't apply to them. But if they make big payments more than how many lakh to a professional, to a contractor, to a helper, then there will be TDS at what rate, guys? 2%. Are we okay? I know this is a big chapter, but this is what it is. Guys, trust me, like we trust the next section, guys. There's a section called 194T. T for what? Trust. Everyone, what is T for? Trust. Let me explain this. You can revise this through this video only, guys. So this is my partnership firm. Which is this firm? And this is me, guys. I'm a partner in a partnership firm. Please tell me, from my partnership firm, if I work regularly for the partnership firm, can I take salary? Yes. Everyone, can I also take interest? We already know that this is called P salary. This is called P interest, and it is taxable under which head of income? Guys, did you already know this? Yes. I've not taught you anything new. Now, the only thing the government said, listen, yeah, if your salary and your interest is more than how many thousand? 20,000 in a year from a partnership firm. Everyone, what are you earning? Salary. Plus, what are you earning? Interest. More than how many thousand? 20,000. So it's a small amount, yes. But the government is now very vigilant here. The government said, listen, on this, you'll need to deduct TDS and pay, and TDS at the rate of what percent, guys? 10%. This is section 194T. Can we recap, guys? Section T for trust. Do you trust your partners? Yes. So partnership firm is paying a salary and interest to the partners. There will be TDS at the rate of, if the amount is more than 20,000. All right. More or less, guys, this is what it is. A small point I want to give you guys. If it's payment or credit, whichever is earlier, not very important, guys. In the exam, remember three things SRA. First, remember the section, then remember the, and be able to calculate the amount. All right. These are all new amount, guys. Last year, don't worry about what happened last year. All these amounts have been changed from which year? 1st April 2025. So focus on these rates. And if you don't give your PAN, what is the usual rate? But in some cases, it can be where it is 0.1%. Can you tell me the section? 194 O and 194 Q. In these two cases, guys, the rate will become 5%. And if it's slaves, it will become what? MMR. Yes. And if it's more than 20%, anyways, it will not reduce to 20%. This is a punishment because you've not given what, guys? PAN. Oh, by the way, if there is 194 Q for and 194 O also applies at the same time. Example, Chroma.com is buying ACs from Voltas, guys. Then in that case, which will apply, guys? O, because this is only on the excess. This is on which amount, guys? Full. The government wants TDS on which amount? Then full amount. Yes. It's taken us 22 minutes, but I can't even tell you how valuable these 22 minutes will be when you revise later on through this video. And this is a chapter called Tax Deducted at Source. Great, guys. Amazing. More than Guys, this is a small chapter, but a chapter that comes in after you finish 12 chapters. So you are done and dusted with tax. And then you see the chapter which is theoretical. And hence, we need to do this revision very, very quick, very crisp, so that you can revise this chapter whenever you want. And under 5 minutes, 10 minutes, we'll know once we finish this video. All right. Guys, the chapter's name is called Return of Income. It's also called ITR, Income Tax Return. Guys, the first section is section 139.1, which says who needs to file the return of income. Guys, here they made four Lakshman Rekhas. Guys, if you cross any Lakshman Rekha, will you have to file a return of income? Yes. The first Lakshman Rekha is compulsory to file. Companies and firms, also LLPs. If your income, which income? Plus your 54 series exemption is more than your basic exemption limit. Can you tell me quickly basic exemption limit? 2.5 or 3 or 5 or in the new scheme 4. Next, third Lakshman Rekha, if you enjoy coffee. What is coffee? If in your current account you get more than 1 crore. If outside India you have assets. If your foreign travel is more than 2 lakh and electricity bill more than 1 lakh. Foreign travel even for others, guys, not just for yourself. Outside is only for ROR and RNOR, but up to 5 lakh bank account they will ignore. And last, guys, there's a rule called Rule 12AB where they said that business and profession saved TDS. If your business turnover is more than 60, profession turnover more than, if your savings account you have more than 50 lakh of deposit during the year or TDS of more than 25, senior citizen more than 50, then please file a return if you cross any Lakshman Rekha, otherwise you're safe. Guys, when do you need to file your return of income, guys? John. Guys, either file it by 31st July or 31st October or 31st. This is non-audit. This is subject to international transactions. If I'm a partner in a partnership firm and the partnership firm is a big fish, then even I become a big fish. What is my due date, guys? 31st October. Next. Guys, can I file my return of loss? Yes. Is it in red ink or some other ink? No. It's just called the return of loss, guys, 139.3. And please file a return of loss on time. Otherwise, you'll not be able to carry forward. Next, 139.4. Can I file my return late also? Yes. Can I come to class late also? Yes. Can I go to PVR movie late also? Yes, of course, yes. You can go and file late also, but up to 31st December or whenever you are assessed. Guys, 31st December of which year? Guys, assessment year. That year or assessment, whichever is earlier. But guys, there are four repercussions called LIF. Guys, you'll have to, the losses will not be allowed to be carried forward. You'll have to pay interest under section 234A. Next, guys, fee, late fee 234F of either or 5,000. If your income is up to 5 lakh, if your income is above 5 lakh, 5,000. And you have to pay your taxes, which is called self-assessment tax. Sir, I've already filed my return. Can I revise it? Yes, you can revise it any number of times. A return which has been revised can also be revised. A loss return, a profit return, a timely return, a late return, any return can be revised. But when you revise your return, the date will still be the date when it was originally filed. Next, 139.6a, can I attach some other things also, guys? Yes, if you're subject to audit, attach your audit report, P&L account, balance sheet, cash flow, all these details. Otherwise, your return will be considered as an invalid return. Guys, can you be stupid when you file your return? Yes. The government says, listen, you made so many defects. How many defects? 9. Then they come with an email that you are stupid. Please correct your mistakes. Yes, that's called intimation for defective return, section 139.9. Correct the defects within 15 days. Can I ask for extension? Who will decide the extension? Assessing officer. And if I don't correct it within that time, guys, it will be considered as an invalid return. Next, do I need to verify my return? Yes, individual who will verify? Individual. Guys, HUF, Karta or male members, right? No, guys, any. Guys, the Karta is not there, guys. Then for partnership firm, managing partner or any other partner. For LLP, designated partner or any other partner. For a political party, CEO. For a company, shareholder, no, managing director or any other director. And in any case, any of these people are not there, guys, then authorized person, but they need to have a power of return. Next, guys, are there some tax return preparers? Yes. The government has allowed some people under section 139B, capital B, and they've given them a badge of TRP, tax return preparers. You should be an adult, you should be of sound mind, you should be solvent, and you should be a CA, CS, CMA qualification, which is inter qualified. Then, guys, you can be a TRP, but who cannot be a TRP? Someone who is a CA, don't become a TRP. Someone who's a don't become a TRP. If you work in a private company, don't become a TRP. And if you work in a bank, for your banking clients, guys, you cannot become a TRP. Guys, TRPs are only for small fish. That means if you're subject to audit, can you go to a TRP? No. Next, we move ahead, guys, to two new things, guys. Do I need to update my PAN? Guys, without a PAN, you cannot file your return. So PAN is required under section 139A, and not just required to file your return. You have to quote your PAN at many places. Example, when you're buying a, guys, motor vehicle, will you have to quote? Yes. A mobile property more than, sorry, immovable property more than 10 lakh, jewelry more than 2 lakh, credit card, yes, bank account, yes, demat account, yes. If you're paying in a hotel more than 50,000 in cash, if you're paying in travel more than 50,000 in cash, or if you're buying any of these securities, debentures, bonds more than 1 lakh. These are some cases where you have to quote your PAN. Next, guys, the government wanted more. Yes, so they said, no, I want the PAN also, I want the Aadhaar, section 139 AA, and for that they forced you, they have made some provision, guys. If you don't update your PAN and link it with your Aadhaar, guys, there is a penalty that it will become inoperative. Inoperative, what will become? PAN. And when the PAN becomes inoperative, very important, guys, four things will happen. You will not get your refund. Guys, on that, you will not earn interest. The TDS will be at the higher rates. Remember, 20% MMR and all, and the TCS will also be at the higher rate. Guys, this will not apply to some people who stay in JAM. Jammu Kashmir, Assam, Manipur. Guys, people who are how many years old? They can't read their Aadhaar number, guys. So that's a joke. Yes, everyone who's a non-resident, anyone who's a foreign citizen. And how do I make my inoperative operative, guys? You have to update it, pay a fee under section 235 age for house of how many thousand, and within 30 days will it become operative? Yes, all right. Next, guys, the government wants some more money, guys, which is the previous year of your exam. 25, 26, which is the assessment year, 26, 27, and what is the last date after it? Late return also 31st December. Now the government said that listen, only if it benefits the government is allowing you to file updated return within the next 1 year or 2 year or 3 year or 4 years. So this is the 4 years after the assessment year, guys. First year, second year, third year, fourth year, you can file which return? Under which section, guys? 139 8A. But this updated on the government is very smart. You can file only if it increases your tax, only if it increases your income, only if it reduces your losses. Only then you can file updated return. So updated return cannot be filed when your loss is getting increased or your income and tax is getting reduced, or you've already been filing updated return, or if you've already been assessed, completed, and all that, you cannot file updated return. But what is the repercussion? In the first year, you have to pay your tax plus interest plus late fee, plus you'll have to pay 25% additional tax of what? Tax and interest. Here you'll have to pay 50% additional. Here 70% additional. This is updated on. One of these questions can be a very important question in your exam as well. Are we missing out on something, guys? Anyone, anything else? 140, 140A. Yes. Guys, self-assessment tax. After TDS, TCS, advanced tax, do you still need to pay some tax? That's called self. If you don't pay enough, guys, they will adjust it against fit. What is fit? Guys, first they will adjust it against late fee, then they will adjust against interest, and then they will adjust against tax. Probable question in the exam is who should file the return? When should they file the return? That belated return lift is very important, and now updated return and PAN and Aadhaar very, very, very important.